Today we're checking out adult jokes and cartoons. Now, growing up, we were oblivious to dang near everything we were consuming on TV. And because we were so oblivious, cartoons used to sneak in jokes that were made purely for the adults that we would never catch. And we're about to check out some of those jokes. Okay, so you have the minion swallowing kids. Okay, and now he spit them out. That's not even how saliva look like though. Like, that's the nasty part.
We'll move on to grammar. Wacko?
Goodness, you're sweating like crazy.
The word procrastination.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh,
Yakko,
there you go.
Can you conjugate?
Oh, me? I've never even kissed a girl.
No, it's easy. I'll conjugate with you.
Good night, everybody.
How to multiply. Who is holding up the? Oh, someone's holding up the book. Okay. Oh, he's looking up how to breed. Okay, I would have never caught that growing up. Cider, like apple cider, or is that? No, he's getting drunk. He's getting drunk. You better come out woozy. Yep. The music lets you know. Oh. Yep. I easily would have caught this one though. What?
Oh, give me the bird. Give me the bird.
So he's gonna flip you off?
His office would only let me. I'd give him the Boyd, all right.
I think we would have got that. I don't think we were that oblivious. I feel like we would have been able to pick up on that one. He's reading a Play Duck. That's like all in your face too. As a child, you don't know what Playboy is. He is reading a Play Duck magazine. That is golden. I don't blame him. See, look, you can't blame him.
Way down, Jack, upon the Nile River, Jack.
Okay.
I found prints. No, fingerprints.
What? I would have never caught that. That's hilarious. Did Prince agree to this? Roadrunner. Roadrunner used to be my dog, bro. That's intermission like cartoon. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Coyote hard-headed Oedipus prophecy that he would end up killing his father and marrying his mother, thereby bringing disaster to. Is that what they were really using it for? No, there has to be another meaning. How do you even catch that?
What's up, Doc?
Hello there. What is your name, please?
Bugs Bunny.
Well, Mr. Bunny, you have just won a chance at this giant jackpot question.
Okay.
How much is 1,297 times 142?
184,174. What else?
You're right.
What a genius.
And here's your jackpot.
Ooh.
But tell me, how did you get the answer so quickly?
Oh, that's easy. If there's one thing us rabbits can do, it's multiply.
And that's why they talk about how they be breeding like rabbits. They be banging like rabbits. I'm gonna stop talking about rabbits having sex. Uh-oh, Jerry about to go crazy. The American English phrase, come up and see me sometime, is used as an invitation for sexual delight. I mean, come up and see me sometime. I could see that, but she look high. Can we talk about how she's not sober? Cozy arm, that has to be Love Hotel. Gotta be.
My name is Bugs Bunny, and this is Daffy Duck, and we're supposed to be in jail.
You're Bugs Bunny?
The one and only.
And you're Daffy Duck?
That's what he said.
I didn't say that.
I mean, that sure does look
I
like
don't
him.
see the resemblance.
What?
Well then, how do you explain this chain?
Your personal lives are your business. Stay out of trouble.
Period. Don't kink shame unless they're being a little too kinky in public. You know what? It is okay to kink shame because I really don't want to hear about your hot candle wax dripping on your back fetish. I really don't. Keep it to yourself.
I know just what you're gonna say.
What?
You're looking for a husband.
Y'all
Well,
are
you're
two
going
different
about it
age
all
range.
wrong, girlie.
Okay.
You don't bat him on the bean with a rolling pin.
You don't bat them on the bean with the rolling. Sorry, that what?
That comes later.
Okay, bro's a masochist, bro. Adult jokes and cartoons by Kolobi Productions.
I can't even take a shower
This is
around
infamous.
here without you guys
Just gonna
screwing things up.
Hit us with a yep. There's one thing about this clip that I never pieced together is that he's getting bricked at these three sitting on the couch. Maybe it's because Skips has his breast out. I mean, look at those things. Those double D's need to be put up. Come on now. But this might be confirmed. Ben might be gay. At least bi.
Thank you for saving my kingdom, boys. The deer wanted our sugar, but I didn't give him any.
Period.
If you know what I mean.
Because you're the princess of the Candy Kingdom. That's what you mean.
Little John.
Yeah, good old Chowder, man. Ian, I was eating this show up when I was young. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. Fruity! Talk to him. And she's coming home with straight pineapple, coconuts, and eggplants. That's why she's shaking her butt. She excited for when she gets home to finally put these to use. You're not slick.
What's going on, Dipper? Ah, you're at that creepy age where you spy on girls, huh?
But who is he even spying on? Like who's in the other room? That wasn't even like a hidden joke. Like, we all would have peeped that.
The birds and the bees, you know?
Why am I sweaty? I remember this in the show.
should really be
No way out of it. Look, it all begins with this
Yuck, dog.
the pituitary gland. He may be little, but he has big plans.
Hey, Grunkle, leave me alone, bro, please. I can't help but feel uncomfortable with that smile you're giving me.
Margaret and I used to argue like that. Sometimes up to 6 times a day.
Aww.
From first thing in the morning and
Yep.
last thing at night.
Don't let this clip fool you, because this guy is not talking about arguing
He's not talking about argue at all. Especially with the frame being him in the bed. We know you're freaked out, bro. We know who you are.
Occasionally we'd do it in public. Once, even while we were sleeping.
Y'all need some help, bro. I think y'all might have to get that checked. That's not normal, dog.
Chances to throw the balls we get.
Okay.
So I want everyone to line up, and when the balls drop, when the game starts.
Hey, lady, you asked me to make you a video.
Oh my god.
Skip!
No, keep it playing. I want to know. I want to know what's...
Don't change his doggy ways.
I feel bad for BMO, bro. BMO consumed all of that.
Bruce? Yes, Bruce. You can't call her Bruce. That's a boy's name. Well, how do you know it's a girl? How do you know it's a boy?
Because Bruce Jenner. That was a good one.
Not going up those stairs, dude. Fine. Let's play rock, paper, scissors for it. Whatever.
Pops, yo Pops, I found your Mustache Monthly.
Well, at least we know that one's not hidden at all. You don't even have to think about that one. We just got straight hairy cheeks in our face. Oh my goodness. Why are you moaning like that?
Stop playing for a second. When I went upstairs, Pops was getting out of the shower.
Yeah, so?
And he didn't have a towel.
Yeah.
I tried not to look and just give him the magazine, but I saw
his junk mail.
No, dude, I'm mentally scarred. It's like the image is glued to the inside of my eyelids.
What's it look like? Talk to us.
Saggy, wrinkled, shriveled.
They actually went into detail. Uh-oh. What's happening? What's happening here? I don't remember. Oh, I do remember this.
What happened, man? I'm not going back out there.
Why not?
Well, what do you mean? What happened?
And that's when Finn knew that there was more to life outside the Candy Kingdom. He didn't want to just be in the kingdom no more. He had to go see life.
Isosceles triangle has 2 congruent sides.
Okay. I remember this. She starts just dancing for no reason. Like, what is even happening here? Like, you cannot tell me this doesn't come out of nowhere. Yo, I've seen the clip before, but the thing is, like, this is so random. It makes you question if it's real. Because what do you mean they just throwing butt on Cartoon Network? Like, what? Are we sure this is not Adult Swim? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And there was no need to even do all that. I think that's the funniest thing. She had no reason to do any of that. Would have been bricked immediately.
Catnip. That's no mine.
That must be Lord Farquaad's castle.
Overcompensating.
That's the place. Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
Mirror, mirror, show her to me. Show me the princess.
He's about to start gooning. He's about to, yep.
Perfect.
Yuck.
What
Yuck.
does he find? Some gender-confused wolf.
What?
What do you mean you can tell when someone fakes?
Trust me, I know.
I wasn't gonna believe there was a joke to be made until she raised that eyebrow. I thought we were reaching. They were not reaching.
Do you know anything about romance?
Of course, I'm passionate about it.
Really?
Don't you know anything about sarcasm?
I think I had a sarcasm once.
Ice Age. What's happening?
This is Animal. I'm your baby, and this is my milk.
He pulled it wrong. He got the wrong thing. He got the wrong thing. Yes, he gripped it.
You married Elastigirl? And got busy!
Pristine little friend Cat has never had a taco.
Not that pristine. Wait, what's pristine mean?
Are you a vegan?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Come on, Cat. Tell us. Have you ever had a crispy corn shell?
She looked at us. Y'all saw how she twisted her head and looked at us because she knew what she was about to say is crazy. And she was just like, there's no way this is my line. Like, she was telling the producers, like, there's no way y'all got me saying this. And then went back to the line.
I would like to see you settled before I ascend to heaven and live with the angels.
And with
Grandpa.
No, he is not there.
Grandpa, what did you do, man? This reminds me of the milk.
You have 24 hours to get these bugs across the U.S. border.
Yo, they moving weight.
I'm Mia. I'm Pia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your biggest fan.
Ka-chow. Yep, Easy Flash. We all know this one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's any kid who would ever like pick that up. It took me a while to even piece together. I had to be told what this meant. I couldn't just watch the scene and then put it together. I had to be told. They are.
I'm telling you, man.
He's gone.
Third blink is slower.
Bro, he is gone, bro. He is gone. Whatever he's on, get him off of it. He is not lost.
The 60s weren't good to you,
Baby, gold flames. You like old school pinstriping? Von Dutch style, huh?
Honey.
Imagine, this is like pulling up to a random neighborhood and you just have someone in the corner walk up to you and just start showing their buttocks. They just pull their pants down. They be like, oh yeah, you like this? And just starts twerking in your face. That's what this is.
Hey, do I spy a little pinstriping tattoo back there?
Oh, that's just. Oh.
I never picked that one up either. I ain't never seen that joke. I didn't even know that was in the movie. Okay, that's crazy. If you don't get the joke, basically, it's a stamp. You know, we all know what type of stamp. It's a stamp. That's what it is.
You okay? You guys okay?
Great seats.
Yeah?
Why did they get pregnant? They got pregnant off a single touch. I'm so lost.
Bunnies?
Buster and Babs Bunny. No relation.
Let's hope not. It's a children's show.
I am Ludwig van Beethoven.
Okay. What?
World famous composer and pianist.
You're a what?
A pianist.
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Bro, he's just playing the piano. Relax.
That means we'll all be like a family.
Can we call you Dadu?
What?
Can we stay up past 10? Can we watch the adult channel?
Hello, nurse.
Yo, y'all are already watching the adult channel. Why y'all asking for permission when y'all already watching it? Say hello to the nurse for me too.
I'm your biggest fan. What do you say to that?
I'd say puberty was inordinately kind to you.
Get it? Cause she's blessed.
We found another cartoon stuck in his mouth.
We pulled that one out as well.
So, Wacko, how do you feel now?
Oh, my bottom hurts.
Y'all said something was stuck in his mouth. Why is he rubbing his butt?
Sassy housewives want to meet you.
They do. Ooh, let me know.
I've never seen such eyes.
Okay. I mean, I'm looking at him.
Oh, shall I leave you in the blackboard alone?
Yeah, she might have to DJ some out.
Stop it.
Oh, that was Tarzan. I never watched Tarzan.
Hey, wanna pollinate with a real bug?
Are they catcalling?
Oh, come like Papa. Yeah.
So, being a ladybug.
They got cat bugged, bro.
Tell me you'll do this.
I swear. What is this art style?
You mean like the F word?
I mean promise.
Oh my gosh. You mean like the F word?
This is why I never married. This and one other reason.
What's the other reason? I don't get information. Are you a eunuch?
I'll handle this one.
Hello? Hey, when you got them things on you, you better have a weapon.
Nice booby trap.
Ah, that's a good one.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You missed the delivery.
No.
But
You had
it's
a baby?
okay. Making the baby's the fun part.
He's not lying.
I'm a nobody. I want some of that.
Mrs. Sanchez?
What? Ill? No.
What's wrong with Miss Sanchez?
Ow! Oh, hi, Bo. Hi.
I wanted to thank you, Woody, for saving my flock.
Oh, hey, it was, nothing.
What do you say I get
What are
someone
you looking at?
else to watch the sheep tonight?
I don't mind if I do.
Times 20, which is 1,460,000, I think. I
Goodness.
mean, I am just a dumb bunny, but we are good at multiplying. Anyway, according to your tax form.
Bugs did it first. The real question is like, do you like Bugs? Like, do y'all think her and Bugs would, would they be like this? Or y'all think they would have been like that? Never watched Zootopia. Would y'all want to watch Zootopia with me? Is that something we should do? I haven't watched a movie with y'all yet. You know what I'm saying? We've done a couple of shows, but we never touched a movie. How many Zootopias are there? 2? Should we? A Zootopia video? I don't know.
I usually just scare criminals. You haven't been naughty, have you?
What?
I'm totally messing with you. I'm totally messing with you.
She's literally in fear for her life right there.
What's his favorite food?
Sandwiches.
Best friend's name?
Probably John.
Eye color.
Dreamy.
Foot size?
Foot size doesn't matter.
Foot size doesn't matter. Okay, buddy. Keep lying to yourself.
Aw, it was nothing.
That was the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Y'all think Girl from Zootopia could beat Lola? I don't think you should go beat Lola. I think Lola got she got hacks on her side. She's really broken. Especially like the animated Lola from just like the show. Like her stupidity knows no bounds, which means her strength knows no bounds because yeah, like I can't even explain it.
Hey, who's the dame with the sweet keister?
But why?
Sweet keister. It's a hilarious way to describe fat, juicy. Please don't toot. Please don't toot. Please don't toot. Please don't toot. Oh, he just bricked. Why'd you sigh? What was there to sigh about? I don't understand. What was the... Oh my goodness, my steak is too buttery, my lobster's too juicy.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Oh yeah?
You other brothers can't deny.
Yeah.
The girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face.
You get sprung. Today we're gonna be checking out inappropriate moments that were in cartoons.
Well, I guess we should get Darwin out of the quarantine room before the nurse gets back.
Come on now, baby.
Oh, this is the official Gumball page, the Amazing World of Gumball page. That's kind of wicked.
I don't think there's a cure for that.
Let me know if he's coming. Okay, how to grow a butt. What age will I start laying fish eggs? Here.
He wants to know more about himself. Okay, Darwin. When will I grow a butt? That's what Darwin's searching. Okay, Darwin.
Better fish environment. I knew it.
What are you looking at?
Darwin's browser history. What?
All right, I've had enough of you. You're going right back to where you came from.
Oh, I don't think. Oh.
Everything about her was magical. Her luscious lips, her flowing hair, her cutie patootie.
I'm sorry, but
Shout out her luscious lips. Those lips didn't look dry either. Very, very moisturized lips. I'm not taking that any further, but Never mind. I'm gonna keep that between me and Granny. I'm gonna keep that between me and Granny. I'm gonna keep.
Our romance was ravenous, insatiable, our hearts melting with hunger until we...
Is that flickering a depiction of just every time Cleeps were being slammed and thrashed, just profusely, just repeatedly, just over and over again? Kind of like how, you know, the little clap lights when you see in movies where they hit one of, you know what I'm saying? Is that what this is depicting? Just, my fault. I know you're not trying to envision granny rabbit buns getting thrashed. My fault.
Consumed each other like a pair of feasting lions. We spent every hour of every day.
I'm gonna go bathe in disinfectant.
Good idea. I'm gonna steam clean my brain.
Oh God! You're so good at this! Jumping!
Let's just say I'm used to feeling spaced out.
We know he be high as a mud. We know that boy brain be going through it. This is on Nick at Night? What they be doing at nighttime? Oh my! What the heck was going on during Nick at Night? What form of self? What is happening? What is happening? Why did he do that? For what? What did you gain? And then salt? You might as well chop the arm off at this point. Bro was tripping.
25, 30, 35, 40.
What?
95, 120, 72.
Oh no, I wasn't actually prepared for that. That came out of left field. Wow. I just gotta say on to the next, cause that just hit out of nowhere. What could be the context of this scene? Singing in the rain. The contact the devil.
What do we got here?
Yes!
Okay.
Lunella's lab!
That's not the way that phone works. You use your hand.
Okay.
You got no hand. Like I didn't need to see every individual toe and how much control you have over them. Promise you I didn't need to see all that. I promise you I didn't.
There's a paperclip in my back pocket. See if you can get it.
Okay.
In the pocket.
So, like, where did his hand go? I think that's the question that we all have to ask. Where did it go? Like, did he just credit card your butt cheeks? Just hand right in the middle? Guarantee he sniffed his hand after they got out. I guarantee nobody wanted to hear that. That's on me. That's on me, bro.
Hey, waitress! Where do you piss around here?
Goodness. Just talking all rude like. Where's your shoes at? He went straight into the women's.
Save it, sisters. I ain't got nothing you've never seen before. Well, maybe you ain't seen it. Here you go, present for you.
No, what was the wet sound I was hearing? Okay, the Pledge of Allegiance at middle school. So did that actually happen? Bro woke up in his American robe, saw the shadow and got straight to formation, didn't even think about it. Yo, Donald, what are you trying to tell us, bro? Why was that the move? Like, she was already dancing crazily. I don't know what she could have been singing for her to be dancing like that, but she must have popped that final move because no one was vibing with the song. She had the ult on them. She must have been singing some BS no one cared to hear. Dale me. Yo, it's just a bad day, bro. Allergies. You know how allergies get? Bro, you know how allergies... That's my goat. That's my goat.
Catch me a nigga, put him in a pad.
There were no songs. That's true. That's true. That's true. Why is he harassing this frog? What did it do? First off, can we scale the durability on this frog? He has to be at least city level. To withstand this harassment, it has to be at least city level. What is the scaling on this frog? What was the point of the scene? What was the message of that episode? Was there a message? Did Ren and Stimpy have a message? Talk to me, talk to me. Okay. As soon as I heard the cymbal hit, I felt the BSery just hit into my veins, and I felt the little shrivel in my testicle sac. I just felt everything was about to go wrong. You know, you ever get that hint of feeling specifically on like the left leaning side of your scro, and you just know something about to go wrong? That's what happened right there. I felt it. He took it up. No, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? So right now, this is so egregious that the right side of my scro is also starting to ache. So now I'm getting double pounded from both sides. I'm not getting a break. No timeout is going on. Hardly given time to recover. Hardly getting time to breathe. That's what's happening right now. What are you throwing now? Is that a laser ink? What is that? I know it's not about to be. It's the whole scro now. The whole scro is now irritated, red, blisters is covering it. It's seeping up into the dingle. What is happening? 3 stages of racism. 3 whole stages. Holy. Now what is that anvil gonna do?
Tell him to tell everything you has his mom.
How come the only time he tried to kill him though is when he was black? He was just trying to change him with the other things, but now he black, he want to try to kill him. Right. The whole scro, bro, is going through it.
Don't beat me, Massa. Don't beat me. Don't whip this poor old body. No.
Daffy, bro. Daffy, you top 10, but I need you to relax. You top 10, Daff, but I need you to relax. I'm feeling the ache in my scro. Oh, Daffy, please stop. Did he just cosplay Abe?
What's this I hear about you whipping slaves?
Oh, well, you see,
Well, see that you don't, bub.
Did he just read? Wait, sorry. Did he just free slaves and then got to beatboxing? What the hell? What is this sequence? What is this sequence of shows? I thought Daffy was about to get punked out by the 2 dogs. Nope, he frees slaves. Like, that's why I said he top 10. Like, he be tweaking sometimes, but he is still top 10 at the end of the day. Top 10 what? I don't know. But he's in the top 10.
And here's your money, Jerry. What's that? Whoa, Jerry. Bad news. You're only 16. You have to be 18 to play.
Well, it's all over for you. Fast forward button. Why is there a fast forward button on your whatchamacallit? I remember this episode. I didn't remember it looking like that, but I 100% remember this episode because I was a fairly Odd Parent connoisseur growing up. But apparently I didn't remember all the details correctly. That's wicked. What do you got to say?
And here's your money.
Okay, at least he didn't say anything. At least he didn't say anything. Unless they cut right before he said some blasphemy. He could have said some BS right afterwards, but I'm assuming he didn't because he's a great guy. Okay, beat him with the phone. You scratching him up. All right. With his hoof, he's trying to shoot a pistol. Oh my god, yeah, right. Kids cartoon, right? Isn't this a kid cartoon? It's not feeling like a kid's cartoon. Okay. At least he's not pulling the trigger. Right? Beautiful kids cartoon. I can't wait for all kids 7 years old and under to watch that one. My favorite.
Oh, what'd that do?
I don't know.
Oh no, Carl! I'm so sorry. It's a cancer ray.
Harley Quinn, you gave me cancer.
Why would they
That
even make
sucks,
this?
bro.
Well, that's it, Kev. I'm gonna spend the holidays with my kids.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man, you're a prick for that, man.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little, 5 5 little 6 little engines. Uh-oh, sorry, that one was a half-breed.
Well, look, Bugs, you cool, but I can't see. That's why I can't give you top 10, bro. That's why your alternative is top 10, because Daffy was out here freeing slaves, and you hunting down the natives. Y'all on the complete opposite spectrums, but sometimes opposites attract was like why they're the best friends, but like, it's like my dog Daffy would never. Hopefully. I'm not gonna look into if Daffy would. I'm gonna just give him the benefit of the doubt because he is Daffy the Duck. You know what I mean? Like that is the Daffy. It's no way he would do it, right, guys?
You need to graduate. Well, it's time for you to put in some work.
I don't
Since
remember.
you wouldn't do your assignment.
I didn't remember this from SpongeBob. I don't remember this.
All you had to do was submit it online. So now
I don't remember this from SpongeBob.
it's time.
Wait. I don't.
For you to earn extra.
I didn't watch that on SpongeBob.
I was just looking for the sports channel.
I remember that clip. I don't remember the first clip, but I remember that clip though.
Hey, what the?
Okay. Oh, Johnny Bravo getting chained up. You already know he has something freaky to
Mama
say.
warned me about women like you. I was hoping she was right.
Like, don't take a single situation. Seriously. Oh, this is where that was awoken in me. Oh, brother.
Are those golf balls? Oh, good. They're just trolls. Look how cute.
What's happening? That's what I just said. Okay, you got knocked over? Now what?
I didn't think we'd both find ourselves tied up on this honeymoon.
I didn't think we'd both find ourselves tied up. Little insight to their freak life. I would not watch, but you know what I'm saying? Beautiful inside. Not watch. Okay, please keep it to yourself.
I can't seem to get happy.
Poor Squidward, bro.
Maybe this will help.
Beautiful innuendos. But I love a good innuendo, bro. A type of innuendo a little kid that's like the main target audience for SpongeBob wouldn't get. It's for the adults to enjoy. Cause that man Squidward really wants to.
Oh no,
What's going
I
on?
dropped my glasses.
What is that? What?
By the way, Pinocchio, there was a cookie missing
No.
from the jar.
No.
Did you take it by any chance?
No.
Yes, Papa Geppetto. I'm sorry.
Are you
It's not working out, bro. It's not working out. You gonna have to try something different, twin. You gonna have to try. I see where your brain is, but also look at Pinocchio. He look like 8, bro. He look like maybe 10 at the most, bro.
sure you took it? Because I'd believe you if you said you didn't.
No, I took it, Papa. I wouldn't lie to you.
You could try. Who knows? You might get away with it.
Bro made Pinocchio for what, dog? That was his genius behind it? Put him under the prison, dog.
Oh my gosh, this is too hard. I can't go on. I'm like gonna die.
You'll be good, bro.
Mommy.
You'll be straight, bro. What? I don't get. Maybe I have to watch it with my eyes closed.
Oh my gosh, this is too hard. I can't go on. I'm like gonna die. Mommy.
It definitely does, like, it has a little bit of twang when you listen to it with your eyes closed. Like, it really does add a little bit of twangness, tissyism to it. I'm gonna open my eyes. I don't like, no, Okay, what up, chicken?
Yes, son. You ever been in a girl's bathroom?
What?
Why, of course, son. Why? Well, let's say a guy wants to go in, not saying me, but a guy goes
What is
into
this
the
show?
girl's bedroom. What
Right.
would happen?
What do you mean? They would just use the bathroom.
You
What?
gave your mom quite a scare there.
How?
Bathrooms are not to be feared, son. There's nothing wrong about wanting to go into the girls' bathroom. You haven't gone in yet, have you?
No.
Okay,
Then there's
I'm
nothing
just
to
now
worry
picking it up. I'm just now picking it up where they're putting down. Okay. Mom thought he was a deep cheek diver. That's what it was. Mom was just worried for a second. She don't think she old enough for grandbabies yet.
Now, if you did go in there, I'm not saying to do this, but if you did, you'd find it's a great place to be.
What a powerful influence, Dad. Love to hear it. I love to hear the positivity out of your mouth because Mom wasn't rocking with it.
Son, some of the happiest days of my youth were spent in bathrooms. I could tell you stories.
Dad, could I go now?
Nah, let him tell a story. I want to hear a story. How good were those bathrooms? I ain't never had a bathroom that made me want to sit down and reminisce on it.
We can work harder for the poorer.
What's his fit?
1, 2, 3, high.
What is
1,
his
2,
fit?
3, high. 1, 2, 3, high.
What
1,
is
2, 3, high.
what is this?
Now, the vacation is over by special decree of the Führer. Heil Hitler!
That's why Daffy negs. That's why Daffy was always better, actually. Like straight up, I don't think there was a time in history that Daffy wasn't better than Donald. Donald just has that Mickey Mouse stimulus package. That's all that is.
I know. I guess I'll bend over and pick it up.
What? There's no, okay, bro, there's no way. There's no way, bro. This is, bro. And then he has the castle on Dingle. What is happening, dog? What is this show?
Thanks, Ren. I could have got a bad sunburn there. But you're always thinking of me, aren't you?
Yeah, he sure is, right?
Aren't you?
No. This fact that the nipples were that prominent is blowing me, bro. Oh no, poor skunk. Oh my gosh.
I missed, fortunately for you. So now, mon chéri, we can begin life anew.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness, faking suicide to get your girl back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo, that's insanity, dog. And then she looking at us. Poor thing. I don't know, man. I wish that didn't happen to you, bro. Left immediately.
C'est la guerre.
I don't know what that means. Stop chasing. She don't want you, bro. She's literally running in fear. Holy. Or he, I don't know. Anyways, these were some crazy cartoons, bro. Crazy cartoon clips, especially those oldies, but cartoon episodes that traumatized children. I know anything that had to do with Flapjack was traumatizing. Flapjack was a traumatizing show. I don't know why they made the show the way it was. SpongeBob, the butterfly scene. I don't know why they did that to butterflies. I don't know why the gorilla episode of SpongeBob like got to me. But these are like the only key childhood show like moments I can remember.
When growing up, one thing we as kids loved doing was watching TV, getting up early to watch Saturday morning cartoons or late at night to watch whatever was playing. These cartoons gave us dreams.
Anything Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken knew how to traumatize. I can't even remember what it traumatized me with because it traumatized me so much. Robot Chicken.
Expectations, and most of all, permanent memories. Though, some shows push the boundaries, causing us to remember the more disturbing side of said cartoon. Today, we will be talking about cartoon episodes that traumatized children.
Okay. Let's make sure we have.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Before this one actually starts, I want to let you guys know that today, the day that you are watching this, at 5 p.m. PST, we will be doing a live Q&A on my Discord server.
Yeah, and live Q&A on my Discord. Link is in the description. I'm definitely not doing a live Q&A right now.
Pingu's Dream. Pingu. Pingu was a Swiss-British stop-motion claymation children's show created by Otmar Gutmann in 1987. The main character is a penguin called Pingu who lives in the South Pole along with his family and friends. The show aired on BBC Children's and Education, and episodes averaged 5 minutes in length. Today, we will be talking about Season 1, Episode 26. Pingu's Dream. The episode starts off as normal, nothing out of the ordinary. Pingu's mom is reading
that's where that soundtrack comes from?
And
yeah, but I did not know that.
Pingu begins to drift away to sleep. He wakes up to the sound of his igloo jumping, and before you know it, the igloo flies away. Then his bed extends its legs and it begins walking. The camera cuts to this creepy walrus watching Pingu in his bed go about their day. Not to mention that every time the walrus pops up, these synths are played, it just gives you some uneasy feeling. What's up with things involving walruses being creepy? Like, what? The directors keep showing the audience how the walrus is just watching
I get
Pingu. Eventually,
okay, I think as a child this would get me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Watching this as a child, because walruses, like, look at that thing. That thing's kind of ugly. It's kind of disturbing me now. I'm gonna be honest. Another thing that traumatized me as a kid that wasn't a cartoon though, it was a book. Y'all probably know. Y'all will know when I'm done describing it. It's a book where this kid was laying down. He was going to sleep and he woke up flat because he got hit with the painting that fell off of his wall or something like that. That scared me because anytime I would go to sleep and look up at my ceiling fan, I'm like, what if I wake up and my ceiling fan fell on me? And I would be like, when my fan is like on, I'm like, what if the fan just unhooked while it was on and it started flying and just hit my neck and chopped it off? Like, those were real fears.
Actually, the walrus makes his introduction. And you know how the directors made this already creepy character make his introduction to children? This is how.
I hate myself, bro.
It's clear to see that the walrus is supposed to have this like goofy personality that finds everything funny and just wants to play. But they really messed up by making him almost human-like. The walrus begins
No, they did that on purpose. They watched this and they knew what they were doing.
Pingu and eats his bed, all while non-stop laughing. Pingu and his bed begin running away, and Pingu ends up falling down a hill of snow. It was actually a pretty cool transition because the next camera zooms out, and you can see that he's in his room again. The episode ends with Pingu crying and his mother consulting him. Yes.
Yeah, that was a bad dream. He just got stalked.
That's how this episode ends. Not only is this the ending to the episode, but this was actually the season finale. This episode was highly controversial and was eventually banned from television due to the giant walrus being too scary and unsettling.
Man, if y'all don't tee up, banned from television because y'all are some pushovers, like, come on.
For many young viewers, the creator Otmar Gutman actually used the same walrus model in a German short film he made years prior. This caught me off guard because the voice he used for the walrus is so unexpected. Here, I'll just play the clip.
Dass wir unsere Kundschaft ernst nehmen, das zeigt sich durch Produktraumgestaltung der Kommunikationsräume. Schauen Sie sich mal um.
Yeah, let's move on the list.
Word, I got you, yeah. This was like a baby show? I don't care.
Blues, Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry need no introduction.
That was the suicide episode where they sat on the train tracks and the train came and hit them.
I'm 100% sure everyone watching this video knows exactly who these two are. Blue Cat Blues is about Tom's love for a female cat which doesn't love him back. The video begins with a quote by Jerry's narrator while watching Tom sit on the train tracks patiently waiting for the train to come by. The quote is, "Poor Tom. In a few minutes, it'll all be over. And for the first time since he met her, he'll be happy. Poor, miserable, lovesick creature. I suppose people will say I should have helped him. I know. But it's better this way." Talk about a kid's show getting dark. Throughout the episode, we see just how much Tom is in love with this cat and how he is overthrown by another cat by the name of Mr. Butch.
I just snatched it right off the swing. Right off. He saw what he wanted. He grabbed it.
The cat with more money, more gifts, a better car. Tom resorts to drinking milk.
That has to be overcompensation. Why was that car so long? What were you're trying to hide from the fact that Dingling don't got no girth, huh? Like, you're not fooling me.
Which in this episode is a substitute for alcohol. Tom is seen sliding down a gutter until Jerry saves him. They get splashed by some water and come to find out it's Mr. Butch and the love of Tom's life riding away in his car with a just married sign. After this, the same thing happens to Jerry as his girlfriend is riding away with another mouse. Jerry brings himself down to the train tracks, sits next to Tom, and both patiently wait for the train to pass by.
Oh my
The episode ends with the haunting horn of a train. This episode was banned by Cartoon Network and Boomerang due to its references to alcohol and also
Man, Boomerang, Cartoon Network, tee up. That was a real deal hard hitting episode. Kids need to see that. Not everything's ha ha he he's. Okay, sometimes they need to be traumatized. Huh?
I want to clear up a common misconception, and that is that this is actually the finale to the series. It's not. Man's best friend, Ren and Stimpy.
Oh Lord, not Ren and Stimpy. Oh my God, I still have that. I used the clip a lot of where he was like, he's humping, one of them's humping the other one.
He ran on Nickelodeon from 1991 to 1996 and focused on a sociopathic chihuahua and a clueless cat. This show got away with so much shit, it's actually scary. Season 2, episode 4 opens up with a man by the name of George Liquor adopting Ren and Stimpy at a pet store. Once he takes them home, he puts them through a bunch of rigorous tasks to see if they can keep up with how he wants his ideal pets to act. In one scene, he forces Stimpy to get on his couch so that he can learn how to be quote-unquote disciplined and, well, just watch.
That's a good boy.
I have no idea how Nickelodeon let the show
What?
air in the first place. Eventually, George
That wasn't
says
that crazy.
his pets need to learn how to attack. So he puts on this padded bite suit, and
That wasn't
Stimpy
crazy,
is
right?
reluctant due to him
did I
being
miss
his
something?
owner. Ren, on the other hand, takes full advantage of this and begins beating the ever-living shit out of George with a paddle. So much so that George's head does a full 360 and right eyeball falls out of its socket. Ren continues on his rampage and just doesn't stop beating this man to a pulp. It even shows George with X's for eyes, and we all know what that means. Though he actually didn't die. It's still quite disturbing to add that little detail. But the disturbing parts of this episode don't end there. George climbs out of his suit, breathes like a maniac, and congratulates Ren on being a true champion. The episode ends with all three characters dancing. Yeah. Now, this episode actually never ended up airing on Nickelodeon.
What?
It was banned once they saw what it actually contained. But this episode was moved to Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon. And that show
wasn't
was
that
basically
bad.
a revival of the
Compared to
original
what we just saw of him like nutting on dude's back, that was not bad.
very sexual. It was just a very sexual show. I mean, if the creator went from making a kids show and turning that kids show into a sexual, I mean, I guess we could see where his mind was. Anyway, we could tell that this creator was trying to go with this dark humor, but it just ended up being super creepy for kids, and it was not the right move.
It definitely wasn't a kids show. Did the creator ever say it was a kid show? There's no way they went to the studio or they're like, yep, the kids are gonna love this. Let's be honest.
Teeth for Two. Cat Dog. Cat Dog ran for 7 years on Nickelodeon from 1998 to 2005. You may recognize Dog's voice since it's Tom Kenny, SpongeBob's voice actor. Teeth for Two is actually a fun concept for an episode where whenever one of them does something, the other one
used
feels
DaVinci
it,
Resolve.
except it revolves around teeth. Look, I hate the dentist already. Yes, I do go, but just the fact that there's drills in your mouth, pause, nah bro, I just hate everything about the dentist so much. Anyway, the
Me too.
dentist tells them that the food they eat affects the other's teeth, resulting in Cat's teeth to become brown and withered. Cat tries to convince Dog to start eating healthy, but then turns into a battle seeing who can do more damage to the other's teeth. Cat chews on ice, and Dog chews on foil. Later that night, Dog is asleep and Cat attempts to brush his teeth. He is unable to do so because of all the food in his mouth. So what's the next best option? That's right, traveling inside of their own body.
Oh, I thought he was gonna put his mouth onto his mouth and like suck the food out. That's what I thought that was the obvious thing. Okay, that's not bad.
To come out as an inside out cat out of Dog's mouth.
Excuse me?
Dog screams of horror and swallows Cat
How
back
old
down
were-
to where
or
he's
is
supposed
the
to be.
audience for
Skipping
the
to
show?
end, they get their teeth fixed, but end up getting food allergies from all the junk they ate throughout the entire episode. Never thought I'd see an inside-out cat trying to brush a dog's teeth.
Fire concept.
Knuckles and his hilarious problem.
I'm out.
Here we go. Here we go with this show. The thing is, like, Flapjack doesn't have traumatizing moments. It has traumatizing, like, everything. Everything about that show is traumatizing. I don't understand how that show aired.
The Misadventures
The art style itself was ridiculous.
Flapjack. The Misadventures of Flapjack was another show that got away with so much disturbing shit. Personally, as a kid, I loved it just because it was so gross and I thought that was so funny back in the day. I remember pausing it at those funny still frames of like
This is so funny.
Like really detailed zoomed in pictures of the characters' faces. Anyway, season 2, episode 4 is Knuckles and his hilarious problem. This episode is about addiction.
I remember this.
specifically,
I remember this
Knuckles'
episode.
addiction to candy, which has the effects of alcohol. From feeling warm and happy, angry at the world.
I don't
to
remember
depression.
like the depth of the episode. I just remember watching an episode of him binge eating candy.
The next morning, after Knuckles ingests a bunch of candy, Flapjack realizes that Knuckles has become addicted to the candy. So much so that he hallucinates, sees Flapjack as a lollipop.
Isn't Flapjack 12? Knuckles, calm down. You're gonna catch a case, Knuckles.
Up and tries eating him. Next, Knuckles begins manipulating Flapjack and tells him that he's just fine and he can trust him. Though this only leads to 2 candy rampages where he steals from homes, babies, and a gumball machine.
No.
Then we go to
What, he did what to Benson? Benson, are you okay?
and a gumball machine.
Oh, Benson! Oh no, the whore.
Go on and take it. You deserve it.
We go to this depressing scene showing just how this candy addiction has left Knuckles. Getting kicked out of the candy trough, being used as a doormat, and taking any bit of candy he can get, even if it's from a stranger's mouth. Bubby decides to send Knuckles off to isolation on a piece of the boardwalk into the sea. Here, Knuckles begins hallucinating and imagines a giant flapjack putting his arms inside of his mouth and vomiting candy into it.
Kids, this is a kid show, by the way. 2.5 subs, and I'll binge this on stream.
Very dark episode if you think about it, especially seeing just how bad the effects of candy have left Knuckles. I really like the episode though. It really makes you aware of just how bad alcohol or any addiction can be.
Yeah.
Earth Mover, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond released in 1999 and aired on Cartoon Network and
I don't care about
Kids.
nothing
Today we're
Batman
talk
related.
about Season 1, Episode 15, aka Earth Mover. We start with this teenage girl by the name of Jackie hanging with her friends, one of which is Terry McGinnis, aka the Batman after the original Bruce Wayne Batman. She explains that she's been feeling like she was followed and watched by someone. Soon after that, Terry sees a mysterious figure outside through the window. A chase begins, but the figure isn't caught. The next day, Jackie's adopted father gives all three of them a ride, but first he says he wants to show them something. That being a piece of land he plans on buying and placing a factory on. An earthquake happens, and again, there was another fight scene. After this, Bill, her adopted father, explains that he thinks it might be Jackie's real father looking for him. He tells the story from many years ago, and while he was trying to dump toxic waste into an abandoned mine shaft, the wire pulling up the container got stuck on a piece of wood and resulted in the entire mine shaft collapsing in on itself. Jackie's father was at the bottom and ended up being crushed by the debris. Not only that, but was covered by the toxic waste. Everyone assumed that he died instantly, and Bill felt so bad that he ended up adopting Jackie, who was only a kid at the time. Fast forward into the episode, and the Earth Mover has trapped both Jackie and Bill underground. During this scene, Jackie finds out what her father actually looks like, and, well...
Oh, he's dead. Shocking. Like, man, we just saw a man had a 12-year-old boy vomit into his mouth because he misses an addiction. Like, this ain't nothing. We just saw a dog hump another dog.
So like the text was saying, I can't show too much due to a copyright claim, but basically Jackie is horrified seeing that this is her father. I mean, who wouldn't be? Look at the way they drew it. Yeah, that's basically the scene in a nutshell. I mean, even listen to that voice. It sounds like he's struggling.
Okay, now haven't shown the broken legs is kind of crazy. Oh, this is kind of crazy. This looks like something a mangaka would draw. That's a manga type. This is a manga type of drawing right there. They did a thing with that design. I'm gonna keep it 100.
To get his words out. He seems to think that Bill betrayed him and left him to die so that he didn't have to split the revenue with a partner. He also sees Bill adopting Jackie as her getting stolen from him. Imagine accidentally dying and then the friend that accidentally killed you adopts your daughter. Bro, eventually, Batman...
Well, considering you added accident, like, I would still be pressed though. Like, of course, I'm dead. I don't care if it's an accident, I'm still be pressed, but like...
Batman swoops in and saves the day. The episode ends with this very dark quote.
My father.
He's not your father. Not really. He's a ghost.
Dad.
Get that weak ass quote out of my ear. That didn't touch no one's soul. That was weak compared to Tom and Jerry's. That was weak.
Mooch Master P, Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty aired from 2006 to...
I completely forgot about this show. Oh my god. I completely forgot about this one. I don't remember nothing about it besides the character designs though.
2009 and was canceled due to a mix of low ratings and criticism from adults and vegetarians who protested against the show.
Vegetarians?
Honestly, the show was very lucky it even lasted 3 years considering how ugly all of the characters were. The show followed fast food workers Josh and Parker through their odd adventures. Season 1, Episode 6 begins with Parker quote-unquote mooching off of everyone and eating their food. Josh gets annoyed and tricks him into eating a raw patty. Then, weird things start happening, like all of the food Parker is about to take a bite out of disappear. Josh records it with a camcorder and slows down the footage. Then we see that a giant tapeworm is living inside of Parker eating all of his food. They decide to get rid of the tapeworm the only way they know how, fishing it out of Parker's stomach. They do end up getting it out, and an Australian man comes by and says he'll buy it for his zoo, though he doesn't take it to the zoo. Instead, he swallows it whole in front of him.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Now that's a kid show. That's what I want my children watching.
And says she tickles on the way down. Wow.
That's a banger.
Brother had a few more inches.
King Ramses' Curse / Remembrance of Courage Past. Courage the Cowardly Dog. This list would not be complete without mentioning Courage the Cowardly Dog. I could go on and on about all the creepy monsters that gave kids nightmares throughout.
That gay kids who?
Creepy monsters that gave kids nightmares throughout the entirety of the series. But I want to mention the one that stuck with me the most, and that's King Ramses' Curse. In this episode, Eustace does not want to return a historical slab because he hears on the news that it's worth $1 million. A person from the museum it belongs to comes over to take it back and offers Eustace a tote bag. Really, my guy? I'm pretty sure you could legally get it back for free. Then the door gets slammed on him. When it becomes nighttime, they hear a creak at the door and check outside. Then we get King Ramses, who just keeps repeating, return the slab or
return the slab. My fault. My fault.
Return the slab.
Man, bring me some bands. Bring me some racks.
It's just such a creepy design, and also it's a 3D model in a 2D animated show. There's so many instances of just plain creepy stuff in this cartoon, but that's what gave it its charm. I feel like Courage the Cowardly Dog definitely let young kids know whether they like the horror genre. So shout out to Courage the Cowardly Dog for that. I also want to talk about another episode called Remembrance of Courage Past, which is actually the second to last episode of the entire series. This episode is about Courage's parents, which sadly got taken away from him at an early age due to an evil veterinarian. This veterinarian puts Courage's parents in a rocket ship, and Courage can't do anything because he's just a pup. While being chased, Courage hops into the garbage disposal and escapes. He watches as his parents are sent off to space and waves goodbye.
What are you going to space for? No, I want more backstory on that. What are they doing in space?
We see how Courage is adopted by Muriel and why she decides to name him Courage. Meanwhile, in the present day, the same thing is about to happen to Muriel and Eustace, but luckily Courage is able to save the day and send the veterinarian to space this time.
Why are they getting sent to space,
he finds himself with all the other dogs he has experimented on, including Courage's parents.
But why? Why did he put him to space?
Those two episodes never left my mind. I think about those episodes to this day. Jurassic Park, Futurama.
I heard of it. I never watched Futurama.
The reason I'm throwing this in as a bonus is because one, Futurama wasn't really made for kids. It was a show for young adults. And two, I don't think this episode traumatized anyone. It was just incredibly sad. And if you're a fan of Futurama, you already know what I'm talking about. This episode, Jurassic Park, was the hardest one to rewatch for me. This episode is about Fry's old dog from 1997 named Seymour. In case you guys don't know, Futurama takes place in the year 3000 with Fry being the only person from the year 2000, since he accidentally fell into a cryogenic chamber on New Year's Day. Anyway, Fry finds Seymour as a fossil in a museum, where he then takes home to the professor. The professor explains that he can actually bring back Seymour with new technology, and so Fry begins getting ready for Seymour's return. This includes a doggy bed, a collar, and some chew toys. When the professor is ready to bring back Seymour, Bender throws his body into a pit of lava because he's jealous that Fry will have a new best friend. We get a flashback of Seymour doing everything in his power to find Fry. Seymour eventually finds Fry, but no one in the lab notices that Fry is in there. Even his parents, who go to pick up Seymour. Talk about frustration. Anyway, Bender jumps into the lava pit and retrieves Seymour's body. Seymour didn't burn due to the material covering his body. The professor finds out that Seymour actually lived his full lifespan of 15 years, 12 years after Fry's disappearance. So Fry decides not to bring him back simply because he doubts Seymour even remembers him, and he probably moved on with another family. But wait, here's the kicker. We, the audience, get a
Did the video cut out? What? Sir? I'm not gonna lie, no audio is making this a lot more, he got, okay, let me fill in the dots. They got rid of him because he probably ran away. They got rid of him because they didn't feel like taking care of him. So he died astray.
The episode was actually nominated for an Emmy in 2003, which, you know, that's just how good the episode was. Sadly, it did not win the Emmy. The Simpsons beat it out, which is also made by Matt Groening. So, Matt Groening, good on you. Yeah, this episode tore my heart out when I watched it. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 200,000 subscribers.
Fantastic video, Tove. I will say the one thing that was weak was the ending of that Batman episode. That quote did not touch nobody's heart. He's a ghost now. And my dad's a ghost. Like, F mafia then. Stuck inside elevator with my crush by accident. What do you mean by accident? Like, how would you forcibly get stuck in the elevator? Do you have a way to stop the elevator on your own?
Imagine being locked inside a small elevator with your biggest crush.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, the AC stops working and it gets so hot that you both take off your shirts.
When you got straight to stripping and it hasn't been 10 seconds. There was no way that elevator got hot that fast. I feel like by that time, y'all might have been rescued, okay? Let's be honest here.
Sounds like a dream. Well, this actually happened to me, and here's how.
Sorry. Is your anxiety not kicking like, oh my God, we're stuck in the elevator, we might die? I mean, that's where my mind is going. You're thinking, oh, this is a great opportunity. Let's take advantage of this horrible situation.
I was in school when my enemy Alexa made fun of me. She said, I'm going on a date this weekend, and you? Netflix and chill with your dad? Oh, stop it, Alexa. If I wanted a boyfriend, I could get one easily.
Your father?
Not in your wildest dreams. Guys just don't think that you are attractive. I wanted to prove her wrong, so I secretly went to my...
She got so mad that she started committing explosive diarrhea. All of that burrito from last night started coming out because how mad she got.
I wanted to prove her wrong.
What's going on with your face? Why is it blue? Must have been them Jolly Ranchers.
So I secretly went to my teacher and said, Mr. Flanders, I know this sounds weird, but I really want to work with Jordan.
I thought she was about to ask the teacher on a date.
That's cute. And sure, I'll let you two write an essay together.
I thought she was about to ask the teacher.
Jordan and I met up in the library for our team project. Maybe I wasn't the prettiest girl, but I had a secret weapon. Because I was absolutely shameless.
I knew it. Oh my Lord.
I said, so do you have a crush on any girl in our class? Oh, I don't have time for dating. I only focus on school and my soccer career.
There.
Wow, I heard you almost made the national team.
Almost isn't good enough.
Have you ever had any groupies? Well, girls often come into the locker room looking to have some fun.
You mean sexual harassment? Hello? And you got your leg up right here. I know the towel isn't covering anything. You're flashing them. I ain't never heard of that one before. I'm not gonna lie. That should be an instant expel. What are we talking about?
But I think it's super annoying. That's when I undid the top button of my blouse and asked, have you ever dated a brunette?
Imagine like she really did that in real time too. Like, he's like, that's super annoying. She goes, yeah, I agree. Stop looking at me! So, have you ever dated a brunette?
You mean like yourself? Yes, and now tell me, do you find me attractive?
No.
Oh, stop, and let's go back to work. Oh my God.
Yes, you
I
got
needed
denied.
a better plan to seduce him.
You already got denied.
So I lured him into my dad's mansion.
How do you even do that? How did we get here?
There, we had a small elevator. And I had instructed my brother to switch off the circuit breaker in the middle of the ride.
Brother, do you not have anything better to be doing? How big is your house to have an elevator in it?
Whoa, the elevator stopped. Yeah, it happens all the time.
And it says by accident on the title. Where's the accident? I literally didn't think she could have done this on purpose, but she did. I got lied to.
To wait until my dad comes home and rescues us. It was so tight, Jordan's body was almost pressed up against mine. And with the AC off. It got really hot and muggy in there. So I said,
this is a charge.
If you want to take off your shirt, please go ahead.
This is a charge.
Actually,
I'm dialing 911. Hello? Yeah. I'd like to report some criminals. Finally found a reason to use that thing. It's been over here for a minute. I've been waiting for a reason.
I'm fine. Well then, I'll go first. I peeled down to my bra and said, it's just like a bikini. And by the way, do you think I'm attractive? Oh, you sure look good. I really thought he liked me, so I went ahead and kissed him. We kept going for 20 minutes, but right when I took his shirt off, I heard my dad scream, "Hey, what are you doing with my daughter?"
The elevator door is see-through? Like y'all are on like the bottom. What?
Snap. I was in big trouble.
Where are your nipples
at? My dad
at?
still thought I was an innocent little girl. He didn't know the real me and said, "How dare you touch my daughter?" Dad, we both like each other and I'm 16, old enough to date boys and have some fun. My dad grounded me for weeks, but I didn't care. The following day, I visited Jordan after his soccer practice in the boys' locker room.
Why are you in the boys' locker room? What is happening right now? What is going on? Why did everyone showered? Let's be real. This is for all the people in athletics. Have y'all ever actually used a school shower? It's not really common where I'm from. Like, the shower got used once, maybe twice. You know what I mean? So the fact that everyone's just, okay, whatever.
And I got plenty of attention. Jordan, a girl is here for you, and she seems naughty. Oh, hey, what are you doing here? I wanted to invite you to my house. I have a special surprise for you. I took him to my room and peeled down to this cute—
Where did the cat ears come from?
Cat outfit.
What is happening?
We kissed for a
When did
minute,
y'all
then
buy
Jordan got
this?
nervous and went to the bathroom. He didn't come back for 20 minutes, so I went searching and found him talking to my brother about soccer. Sister, what the hell are you wearing? It's disgusting.
What is going on?
I finally gave up on seducing Jordan and went to sleep. But at night I had to go to the bathroom, and that's when I heard noises from my brother's room. I opened the door and oh my god, they were kissing. I took a photo and said, wow, Dad's not gonna like this.
What?
Oh, you witch! Please don't tell him.
Is he homophobic?
Witch,
Man.
you are my brother and just stole my boyfriend, you jerk.
What boyfriend? When did y'all start dating? As far as I'm concerned, it just seems like you lashed yourself to him.
I knew Dad wouldn't be happy to find out his son was into boys. So I did what any good sister would do and blackmailed him. From now on, you are my servant, or otherwise, I show Dad the photo.
The fact that his dad didn't know his son was into boys and he saw this haircut is mind-blowing to me. The dad already knows. What, in 15 seconds, we're gonna see the son making out with the dad.
And you, Jordan? I'll let you spend 2 hours a day with my brother as long as I get the rest of the time.
You're sharing your man with your sibling. Is that not crazy? You're getting sloppy seconds, mind you.
They both agreed. It was kinda weird sharing a boyfriend with my brother.
Kinda?
One time we watched a movie together with Jordan sitting between us. I would kiss him for a few minutes, and then my brother would—
What is going on? What is happening?
kiss him for a few minutes. But then he lost it and screamed, Sister, I hate sharing my boyfriend with you, you freaking perv. How dare you even speak to me, you worthless servant? Now make me a salami sandwich. My brother did whatever I ordered him to do.
Salami's
Sometimes I even used
disgusting.
him as an ottoman. Meanwhile,
What?
at school, I showed—
Yo, forget using him as an ottoman. Hey, artist, why'd y'all make his butt like that? Y'all did have to
him as an ottoman. Meanwhile, at school, I showed Jordan off to all my classmates, especially Alexa, because her boyfriend had just dumped her. I said, who's the loser now, Alexa? I bet your ex-boyfriend was sick of your cellulite.
Jesus!
Yes, I saw it in PE class, and it's disgusting. But I was drunk on power and took it too far.
I'm not gonna lie, she probably has insecurity for the rest of her life. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that's such a crazy thing to say.
I told my brother, from now on, you will flush my toilet for me.
What?
No way I'm gonna do that. You're disgusting. Okay, then give me the laptop you got for Christmas.
What?
Screw you. Go ahead and out me to Dad. I don't care anymore. At least it will end this nightmare. I fulfilled his wish and told Dad everything. He turned to Jordan and said, so first you kiss my daughter, and then my son?
What?
I'm sorry, sir, but I never wanted to kiss—
he pressed him. Why are you getting mad at him? Get mad at the siblings for sharing the same— Why are you getting mad? What did he do? As far as he's concerned, he just reaping the rewards.
It's your daughter. She's an evil monster and forced herself on me.
Uh-oh.
Your son is the one I really love.
Oh, dang.
Well, it is what it is. Sounds like my daughter will be the one making all the grandchildren in this family. Wait, what?
That conclusion was so crazy because it sounded like a threat. Well, he's like, well, it seems like you're going to be having all the grandbabies. Like, what do you mean by that? I know what you mean, but the way you said it sounded a little forceful. I don't know, bro. My girlfriend is a gold digger.
Hey, my name is James, and I was a complete loser in high school.
You sound like it.
I didn't have any friends, and of course, no girl was interested in dating me.
Period.
If that wasn't bad enough, the popular girls always made fun of me, saying that I looked like a pig. I guess you can imagine how that made me feel. I quickly lost all my self-confidence and became very insecure about my looks. However, I've changed a lot since high school. I've gone from being the quiet guy no one respects to being the youngest vice president of a large corporation.
Nobody cares. I'll be honest, you still look like a pig, you're still ugly, and you're still lonely. We still do not care about you. That's why your girlfriend's a gold digger. We do not care. I hope you live in those insecurities forever.
Means that I am literally managing hundreds of people, and of course, I'm also making a lot of money. When it came to women, though, I still had no success.
Like that's what I said.
On my 27th birthday, I'd never even been on a date, which is why
That's what
I
I
decided
said.
to try online dating. That's where I met Tatiana. She was Russian, and one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen.
You met
I
Tatiana.
couldn't believe she was interested in
Bust
me.
down,
And I
Tatiana,
could barely
bust
speak on
down.
our first date because I was
I
so
wanna see you
intimidated.
bust down.
However, Tatiana agreed to another date, and soon we were officially in a relationship.
Oh my God, they had
There were
hands.
some issues, though. For example, we didn't have much in common, and
Is this like a, I don't know, I never seen Twilight. This is giving Twilight, but why is the movie named Toilets? Godzilla versus Hydra. Hydra? Is that what they're called? The three-headed dragons? And then Detective Pikachu, you just straight. Y'all didn't even try to hide this one, goodness.
Tatiana didn't speak much English, so our conversations weren't great, but she was so gorgeous that I didn't care. I also have to admit that I enjoyed posting pictures with her on Facebook because I wanted my former high school classmates to see that I was dating a pretty hot girl.
Oh God, you're insecure,
However,
insecure.
the real problem started when I introduced her to my family.
But I mean, honestly, I think you should start doing money spreads since you're that insecure. Hey, just start flexing. Where your Patek
Dad
at?
understood why I liked Tatiana and congratulated me, saying, "Good job, son, good job." But my mom and sister didn't look happy at all.
Why they
and
ginger?
after Tatiana left, they told me to break up with her because they thought she was a gold digger. Wow, my own mom and sister tried to ruin my relationship. I got really angry.
Why
and
didn't
told
you
them,
believe them?
You are only jealous of Tatiana because she is thin and has a great shape, while you two are overweight and can't stop eating fast food.
He didn't even get a second to like think about what they said at all. He didn't get a second to digest of it. Like maybe let me see their actions. Let me see her actions. Let me see if they might be right. He said no. You hate her because she's not fat, fatties. That's a crazy conclusion. But that's what all that in the years of insecurity being built up does to you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get something good, now you feel like everyone's out to get you.
Sister immediately started crying, and I wanted to apologize, but my mom screamed at me, saying I should leave the house and that I wasn't welcomed.
What is Patrick doing here?
Then I whipped out my car.
How rich is your family? You didn't become no vice president because you were smart. You got vice president because of nepotism, bro. Look at the house.
Anymore. Well, that was it. I stopped talking to my mom and sister for a couple of months. I mean, it was true that Tatiana was always asking me to buy her expensive jewelry and designer clothes. But when you love someone, you want to make them happy. The smile on her face when I bought her a Louis Vuitton bag was worth every cent. Maybe she had expensive tastes, but that didn't make her a bad person.
Taste.
I mean,
Take her to Coach, bro. High quality and very nice pricing. Coach is better quality than a lot of designer bags you'll see, man. Your girl not satisfied with Coach, she's just not it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. She just wants the purse to flex. She doesn't care about the quality of it. Take her to Coach.
We all have our flaws. However, even though Tatiana looks stunning, after a while, I started to get bored. Because it takes more than a pretty face to make a relationship work.
Exactly.
I also realized that we had absolutely nothing in common. I love reading books and watching sci-fi movies, but Tatiana only cared about showbiz gossip, shopping, and trying to impress people on Instagram.
Were you not doing the same thing on Facebook, though? Seemed like y'all do have something in common.
I started to feel lonely even when I was holding her in my arms. At first, I thought we just had to work harder on our relationship. I believed, and I still do, that love is something we have to create. But no matter how much money I spent or how often I told her I loved her, she just took it for granted. And it was more important to her to connect with strangers on Instagram than with me. That's when I realized that the only reason I was dating Tatiana was because of my insecurities.
Yeah.
I was trying to impress my classmates from high school by getting the hottest girlfriend I could find. And I completely forgot about what actually matters and what actually makes me happy.
Oh, it took you how many months?
That cares about me, who understands me and wants to grow with me as a person.
How much money did you have to spend to realize this?
Most importantly, I want to enjoy spending time with her. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a single guy who dated a hot girl for a while. I'm only glad I realized we weren't right for each other before we got married. That would have been a real disaster.
Then you met a waitress who saw that you broke up, and she's like, oh, this is the perfect time to take advantage of his stupidity, because clearly he's insecure and he's dumb. Man, and then he goes through the cycle again. My sister is my mom. That seems like a very difficult conversation to have.
I've always adored my big sister, Sherry.
Okay.
She was pretty, smart, and everything I wanted to be when I grew up. Unfortunately, I didn't see her very often because she moved out when I was just a kid. The only time she would
Your
come
mom
and visit
left
was
you?
on special days like Christmas or my birthday. Then she'd always bring presents and play with me.
Wait, so your mom just dropped you off and just left you? That's crazy. Having a kid avoiding all responsibility while still seeing them at the same time is insanity.
But when I was 13, everything changed. It was in the middle of the night when I woke up because my parents were arguing with Sherry. I wanted to know what was going on and opened my door so I could hear them better. But what I heard next took me by complete surprise.
Ugh.
My sister Sherry yelled, "You're not her mom, I am!" I was shocked for a few seconds, but then I immediately ran downstairs, and I'll never forget the look on their faces when they realized that I had heard everything.
I was thinking this was more of a brother and sister had a kid. That's what I was thinking this was about to be. No, it would be a dad and their daughter having a kid. Yeah, that one. That's what I thought was about to happen.
It was really awkward at first, but then Sherry and I sat down and she told me the whole truth. It turned out my mom was actually my grandmother and Sherry was actually my mom. She got pregnant with me when she was just 14. She was dating a boy she really loved and she thought they would stay together forever. But when she found out she was pregnant, he dumped her and his parents moved away.
He pulled a Niles? That is crazy. That's a crazy pull. This was probably back when Niles was like popping. That is a crazy pull. Bro, that brought back memories.
She also said she really wanted to keep me, but she was still a kid herself. So when Mom offered to look after me, she agreed. Sherry went to stay with her aunt until I was born, and her mom pretended she was pregnant. So when I was born, everyone thought I was hers.
Oh, so y'all plotted the whole family.
She always planned on getting me back one day, but there was always a reason why Mom wouldn't let her tell me the truth. When my sister finished her education and got a job as a nurse, she asked my mom if I could live with her, but my mom said it would be too difficult for me now because I was already settled in.
Man, I don't want to hear no excuses. That is your baby. You could get your baby at any time, bro.
That's why she stopped coming to see me.
That don't even make
sense.
sense.
It was too painful to hear me call someone else mom. It was hard for me to deal with everything at first. My mom tried to explain her side of the story, but I didn't know what to think.
I'm not listening to that BS.
My family had been lying to me my entire life. But once I'd had some time to think about it, I realized that they were only doing their best.
You didn't realize your mom is stupid? Oh, I mean, I am your daughter still, so you really could have took me at any time. They are not my parents. Like, you're like biologically my mother, so. But you didn't really want me that badly. That's what I started to realize. Bye, bitch.
I wish they hadn't lied to me, but I understand why it was easier to pretend my grandma was my mom. It gave my sister a chance to graduate and build a life instead of being a teenage single mom. Now the truth is out.
She's still a teenage single mom. Nothing changed.
Mom and dad, and I can't get used to calling them anything else.
The only difference is she doesn't know how to raise a kid now. She has a kid but has no clue how to raise one. That's the only difference. She knows nothing about you. Well, she might know a little about you, but nothing much.
They were the ones who brought me up. But I see a lot more of Sherry, and she's an even cooler mom than she was a big sister. She gives me advice on boys, helps me with my makeup, and takes me shopping for clothes.
That sounds like a big sister. That's not a mother.
I think I'm really lucky to have two moms who care about me.
You just have a mom and a grandma. All right, she don't even know. She doesn't even know the idiocy, that's the nonsense she's going through right now, but it's okay. Next title will be like, my brother is actually my grandma. That would be a banger. My girlfriend is a guy. Oh, can't wait to see how they found this one out.
Hi. My name is Jeff.
You look like Todd, and who is that? The white guy with the orange robot? That's who you remind me of, though. You remind me of the white guy.
This is the story of my epiphany.
Where your robot
It may
at?
shock you, but I need to tell you about it. Loneliness is a very tricky thing, and it is quite difficult to get rid of it.
Why are you stepping in your semen?
I know this from my own experience. I am 25, but I do not have any friends nor love.
Oh, God.
Nor anyone to talk to.
Oh, that's rough.
I suppressed my loneliness with cheap whiskey. The barman enthusiastically poured alcohol into my cup, but listen.
Oh, no, he's going through it.
I don't know if it was an accident or fate that brought us together that rainy summer evening, but when I saw this girl, I couldn't take my eyes off her.
This is giving Scooby-Doo type art style.
I decided to get acquainted. Her name was Julie. We quickly found commonality.
Why does Julie have some thick dreads on her, bro? This is not white girl hair, bro. She got some thick old dreads molded together, bro.
Well, you know, we chatted and laughed. She was beautiful, smart, and with a
like
great
mustard
sense of
on her
humor.
head.
We spoke
Fried
all
mustard.
night without pause. The following morning, tired and
there
happy,
you go.
we each went home. We also exchanged numbers. When I came home, I understood that I fell in love and that I wouldn't be able to live without her. Beside her, I felt like I'd
here's
become
about the
naive once
dreads.
more.
Her hair looked like eggs. Her hair looked like yellow bacon.
In love, the same way a 16-year-old teenager is. Our relationship developed very quickly, and only 3 months later, she moved in with me. Finally, my loneliness was defeated. I had someone to talk to, someone to laugh, be happy, hold hands with. My apartment was filled with warmth and comfiness. While my heart was warmed by the feeling that I am needed by someone. Julie changed everything in my life. I felt that I was capable of anything. But once, I was going through old boxes and found my baby pictures where I was 5 years old. I showed Julie, and we laughed together over my funny polka dot pants. When I asked her to show her baby pictures then, I noticed alarm in her eyes.
I know those pants were
She got
not that funny
nervous
to laugh
and
at.
changed the topic. Well, I thought it was strange, but I quickly forgot about it. We were happy, and I wanted it to be forever. It's why I decided to propose to Julie. In the best
After
restaurant
how
of the
long?
city, I gave
3
her a
months?
ring which cost 3 months' salary. And I told her, be my wife.
3 months salary? You've only been dating for 3 months. You've been saving up ever since?
But she started crying and ran out of the restaurant.
What?
I spent the rest of the evening in a local bar, drinking as I had before.
I might have jumped off a roof
The
that
next
night.
day, I woke up in my own bed while next to me sat a tearful Julie. She took my hand and said something I'd never expected to hear. 6 years ago, she had been a guy named James. At 19 years old, she decided to confess to herself as well as come out to those around her regarding her true self. Her parents understood and supported her. So 3 years later, James ceased to exist forever.
No,
His place
they're
was
Jasmine.
taken by Julie.
Julie.
She showed me a
Jasmine's
picture
a
of
better
a young,
name.
smiling guy saying, "This is who I was before."
Okay.
I was enraged.
Why do you have polka dot underwear on?
I'd been tricked and betrayed. I'd never felt like such an idiot. I could no longer look at Julie. Instead, I only saw the blurred silhouette of the guy in the picture. Julie asked for forgiveness. She confessed that she hid the truth because she loved me and was scared to lose me.
I can't even look Julie in the face no more. All I see is a penis tip.
That now she had decided to confess everything.
Oh
But I
my-
ran out and just wandered the city streets. I always thought of myself as a
You know, it was too far deep. You waited how many months? And I got to propose him before you even thought about bringing it up. At least he's handling it in a calm manner. You know what I mean? You know, he got his little yell out, ran outside, and now he's just going on for a walk. He might drown himself in some more whiskey. You know, go back to how life was before. Honestly, I say go for it. I mean, this is the happiest you ever been. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
progressive person. I was neutral in regards to
It's okay
things
to like you a James.
sex changes and transsexuals. But now, it seemed
her name should be Jasmine. Okay, I don't know why that's not the game. What's her name? Julie? Yeah, she need a name change.
to me, I'd changed my mind. What kind of discussion of tolerance is possible when it ends up you're fully in love with a guy? It seemed like life ended, like there was nothing left ahead.
Wait! I fell in love with a transgender. Oh God, my life is over. Yo, that is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Man fell in love and then now he thinks his life is over. I get it though. Like I can understand it, but still.
I went to a bar. I decided to get drunk in order not to think of Julie. I acted aggressively and almost got into a fight with another customer.
Of course you did.
The barman even wanted to call the police, but they just threw me outside. Eventually, I fell asleep with a bottle of whiskey in the backyard of the
Goodness,
bar,
you're pathetic.
among the broken bottles and cardboard boxes.
Like you're pathetic.
In the morning, I felt terrible.
You felt like
Some
us.
kind of
Oh my
elderly
God,
man
you're
with a dirty
horrible.
beard and ripped jacket over his otherwise naked body.
Jesus!
Helped by getting me to drink water out of a
Are you sure that's not wine?
bottle. I wanted to speak, so I told him everything.
You took a
listened
strange
to me.
liquid from a random
And when I
man.
grabbed the bottle of whiskey once more, the old man simply knocked it out of my hands. He said, I hate giving advice, but a fool such as yourself just needs them. Men, women, it doesn't matter. If you love her, why does it matter who she was in her past life?
Who are you and how do you know about my life? It might really be Jesus, because what is happening?
Go to her and win her back before you lose her.
Go win Jasmine
His
back.
words sobered me up. I marched over to Julie in order to fix
Jasmine.
everything. She was still in the apartment, but I saw a large suitcase by the couch. Judging by everything, she had decided to leave. I fell onto my knees and I asked forgiveness. Julie hugged me as a sign of reconciliation. Now, Julie and I are planning our wedding.
Oh my God.
She is working on the ceremony and I am inviting guests. Almost the entire list is filled with check marks.
Okay.
Only one is missing. The old man from the bar's backyard. I looked for him all over the city, but it was as though the old man evaporated. It's unlikely he will see this video, but maybe one of you will see a hobo in a blue jacket with a nice smile somewhere in New York. Tell him thanks.
He got approached by Jesus.
He'll understand.
This story was
I overcame my
stupid.
loneliness and plan on marrying a girl who was once a guy.
Oh my
So
God.
what? You need to listen to your heart.
Oh my God.
We, as people, think we are in control of our lives. But in reality, who knows what awaits us?
Facts.
A person is merely a toy in the hands of fate. Thanks for being with me for a couple of minutes.
Interesting. This was a very interesting story, man. I don't know. Everything lost all types of seriousness for me as soon as he had polka dot shorts. Look at how stupid they look. Okay, come on now. How am I supposed to take anything seriously after that? People who snapped and killed apex predators barehanded. Okay, so I think this is probably about to go down my family tree because everyone in my family, to be even accepted into my family, you have to one-on-one bare minimum a cheetah. Bare minimum, that's the smallest animal you can 1v1. If you lose to the cheetah, you're not here because you lost your life. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You know what I mean?
The granny incident.
The granny incident?
On a farm in rural Russia.
This reminds me of when my granny took on a wolf. Yeah, I remember we went hiking. I think this was like 09. It was me, my uncle, and my granny. We were going up, man, it's just a nearby mountain. I won't say the name of it, but it's a nearby mountain. And I stumbled because I slipped in some snake poop. Y'all didn't know snakes could poop. They have fat poops, right? Slipped in some snake poop. I'm like, oh my goodness. I turn around, 3 big wolves behind me. One thing y'all don't know about wolf culture though is they agree to one-on-ones if there's like an even number on each side. There was 3 wolves, 3 of us. My granny hit that wolf with went straight to the alpha. I'm talking, she opened that wolf mouth and went, and that's how I have 2 pet wolves, because they conceded to my family. I have 2 pet wolves to this day because of that. Shout out Gran.
2012, a Russian grandma heard loud crying.
Russian?
Outside
Yeah, ain't no one taking her on.
Her home. Confused, she quickly ran outside to see what was going on. There, she was met with the grisly scene of a Eurasian wolf covered in blood while eating one of the grandma's baby cows. These wolves aren't like normal ones due to the Bergmann's rule. This rule states that animals in colder regions evolve larger body sizes to stay warm.
I know, I hear you, but she's a Russian woman, so she's not your average woman. That was the wolf's fault.
The Eurasian wolf weighs anywhere from 150 to 170 pounds. With that being said, any normal person would
less than your
just
average
lock
American
themselves in their house and call police officers or something. But the grandma was unfazed.
Of course.
Her people have survived Soviet winters, food shortages, and probably World War II. So for her, a wolf was just another Tuesday.
That's how my grandma felt
too. When the
too.
animal was trying to tear the calf apart, the grandma began roaring at it in an attempt to scare it off. But unbeknownst to her, the wolf had rabies and was manic. So instead of running away, the beast lunged at the grandma.
I will say the wolf my grandma took on did not have rabies. I will say that. Because if it did have rabies, we wouldn't have accepted the pack, because I don't need a pack of rabid wolves, right? I need tame, calm wolves.
Going straight for her throat. However, she immediately punched the animal in the snout, causing it to bite onto her left hand instead.
She
tried to open up the wolf's mouth so that she could shove her hand down its throat.
Oh.
That probably sounds like a random thing to do in this situation.
No, it doesn't.
But hunters and herders sometimes use this tactic because apparently
that's what my grandma taught me.
Have really bad gag reflexes.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately for her, however, the wolf's jaws were locked tight, and she wouldn't be able to get them open because it began thrashing her hand around.
How did you get out of
Instead,
this?
She switched gears to her backup plan: punching. She kept on punching and punching and punching the wolf.
I thought she was gonna say a gun. Like, what if she was running the ones with the wolves just for fun? She was like, you know what? Let's run the ones real quick. You know what I'm saying? She starts getting beat up. Okay, yep, not doing that today. You know what? I tried.
Until it decided to go tear away at her legs. To be fair, she's 56 years old and fighting a wolf. So when the wolf began dragging her by the legs, that's when she realized she needed a weapon. And luckily for her, her trusty
she found
axe was
snow?
nearby.
Oh.
While the wolf
I thought she was gonna start throwing mobile.
Raised her axe high above her shoulders and split the wolf's head in two.
Ooh.
Then she did it again. Then she did it one more time for good measure.
Did she die of rabies?
To the hospital, where remarkably her injuries weren't too severe.
How?
If you're a wolf,
she has rabies.
Video, then my advice to
oh my goodness, look at her too. I'm not gonna lie, terrible wolf PR. She is a small lady.
You is
Russian granny blinked wolf with bare head. Okay, are you censoring the word kill or are you censoring a different word there?
Don't try to eat Russian grandmas. They're
Don't
not prey.
No,
They're
don't.
more like Elden Ring bosses.
How about you don't try to mess with anyone's grandmas? In fact, why don't we just not mess with anybody, period? But I know animals won't understand that.
Also,
unfortunately.
To add to that, don't try to eat these next types of people either.
Okay, bet. I mean, I'm not a people eater personally.
A father in Karnataka, India, was riding back home on his motorcycle in a forest.
Okay.
As is common in certain regions of India and other countries, the father was riding with his wife on the back of his bike while she carried their... It was nearing nighttime.
Why did we censor that? Wait, why was that censored? Maybe because of that word endangerment. That might take his video down. That's what it is. He doesn't want to get attacked by, whatchamacallit, endangerment. There we go. Riding with your wife and a kid on a bike is crazy to me. But I'm not a bike type of guy. I'm not fond of bikes. I just feel like they're unnecessarily dangerous and the adrenaline you get from riding one is not worth the danger. But some people just like bikes, but that's not me though.
And after the family finished their work for the day, they were headed back to their village to relax. Their fatigued eyes squinted hard through the rural road they were on together. They tiredly blinked at it again and again.
Like, you're telling me you're driving a motorcycle tired with your family's life on the line? Drowsing in a car is already crazy. Imagine you just like, you just lose control with one yawn. You have to wipe your eyes. You're trying to wipe your eyes, but you're like, oh, my helmet's in the way. I can't wipe my eyes from yawning. And then boom, like, nah.
Until they noticed the motorcycle got heavier. The man's wife looked down at the she was carrying.
She got pregnant?
In the blink of an eye, she realized that there was now a full-grown leopard biting down on her kid's leg.
Excuse me, what? Wait, okay. They're in the motorcycle. They're like, it's been a long day, honey, isn't it? Oh, hold up, this bike's a little heavy now. Is something going on back there? She's like, oh yeah, you know that second baby's on the way. Is that a leopard? Where did the leopard come from? Since when can leopards prowl on motorcycles? They must be going like 15 miles per hour. Gotta be going 15 miles per hour. How does a leopard jump at your baby and you... I'm still, how is she holding the baby on the motorcycle? There's a lot of questions. Cause I'm trying to think of like, is she one hand around the husband, football holding the baby? Right.
Yup. A 160-pound wildcat was latched onto the and trying to run off into the forest with it.
Yeah, we can make another
motorcycle. The mother screamed and pulled back her from the grip of the leopard's teeth,
how?
Provoking the beast in the process. It quickly pounced and swiped at her in retaliation, prompting the
but
man
she used the baby as a shield
so that they could outpace the cat. But unfortunately, his motorcycle wasn't fast enough to escape the animal because it...
What type of off-brand motorcycle is that? He must have had like a moped or something. Gotta be a moped. It's not a motorcycle. That's not a motorcycle, bro. That's a moped. Cause I don't know if there's a bike that can't push like 80. That leopard can't run 80. How fast can a moped go? 25 to 50 miles per hour. They are not on a bike, they are on a moped. That would make more sense.
Quickly bit onto the leg of his again.
Oh my gosh.
Out of pure instinct, while still riding the motorcycle, the father began elbowing the leopard to get it off their child. The cat swiped up.
And the mom's just like, my baby! My baby! Oh, my baby!
Causing him to crash the vehicle. However,
what?
Before the leopard could run away with the child, the father grabbed the animal by its throat. Yeah. And while it quickly let go of his kid, the two of them fell into a wrestling match. Leopards are exceptionally lethal predators.
They're very
with the
cute.
Ability to vertically jump 10 feet into the air and casually drag 200 pounds up into trees with them. There are even videos of leopards plummeting from 300 feet, shaking it off, and continuing to hunt their prey. And here, this 30-something-year-old man was wrestling one with his hands gripped tightly around its throat.
Cause that leopard probably got tired right now too.
Its claws tore into his arms, chest, and split his face. But still, he didn't let go.
And mom is still in the background. My baby! Where's my baby?
Because he knew if he did, it'd slaughter his family. So he did something absolutely insane. Mid-wrestle match, he positioned the leopard into a chokehold with both of his arms.
Okay.
These cats have necks that are thick with muscle designed to support their ability to carry heavy prey up trees.
Okay.
So, honestly, for a human, trying to strangle this wildcat is pretty much like trying to choke out a tree trunk. Neighbors in nearby villages finally heard the commotion from the attack and quickly ran in the direction of the screaming family. But when they arrived, it seemed that they were already late to the party because what they witnessed had everybody in pure disbelief.
But how did he take it out?
They saw a man sitting on the floor, covered in blood, and in front of him laid a motionless leopard.
Okay, so he did choke it
Everybody
out.
was taken to the hospital for their injuries, and the only
man blicked leopard with his bare hands to protect a wife and daughter in India. All I'm gonna say is that there's no way that leopard actually had a good grip on that child, and that child survived. Like I don't believe you're telling me a leopard's jaw couldn't just crush the top. Like I'm confused. Like everything about this is confusing. Your bike wasn't fast enough. The leopard got your baby and you didn't even notice. Nothing about it makes sense. But that's what they say. Real life can sometimes be crazier than fiction.
Casualty of the event was the leopard.
W India.
Florida man incident.
Which one? Which one? We can go on and on about this one.
Everything was normal for a Floridian family on a sunny beach day on July 6th, 2001, Pensacola.
Oh, one.
30-year-old uncle laid back peacefully on his beach towel, tanning in the sun while
Don't tell me someone, you're not about to convince me someone choked out a shark. They're on the beach. There's only but so many things. You're not, because I know you're not going to talk about a crab. I know you're not going to talk about, I don't know, a road runner. No one's about to choke out a shark, dog. Alligator. It's going to be like an alligator or a croc or something. Gotta be.
He sat up to look around and take in the moment. He saw volleyballs being thrown, sandcastles being built, and his 8-year-old nephew getting torn apart by a bull shark.
He's about to take out a shark. Right.
Water.
Right.
Then he laid back down and relaxed because life was good. Yeah. No. Upon realizing what he just saw, the man immediately leapt up from his beach towel.
What is he going to do? Drag it out the water?
Speed towards the water. People began screaming "shark" and started running away from the waters, but the uncle was still sprinting towards the bull shark that was actively swimming away with his nephew in its mouth. Bull sharks are one of the, if not the most aggressive shark species on the planet.
Right.
They weigh anywhere from 200 to 700 pounds. They often hunt in shallow waters and are believed to have the most testosterone of any animal on the entire planet.
What does that even mean? If they could hit the weights, man, I'm telling you, generational gains. Let them get under a squat rack, man. They gonna show you something you've never seen before.
So what do you think this Florida man did when he finally spotted the bull shark in the water? Well, he leapt on top of it. Yeah. After taking a good look at the 7-400-pound beast, he jumped on it inside of the water and began punching it in the face to rescue his nephew.
You're not punching this shark to death.
For both of them, the shark actually let go of the boy.
Okay.
However, it bit off his arm and started swimming off with it in its mouth. Now, what do you suppose the Florida man did at this point?
No way he got that arm back. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Oh my goodness. But there's no way he got that arm back.
He jumped back into action and began wrestling the bull shark underwater for his son's arm. The shark and the man fell into a tug-of-war match where the shark tried swimming off into deeper waters, and the uncle tried desperately to pull it back onto shore. The man tugged, twisted, and pulled. The shark was trying to get away, but he didn't let go. I don't know how, but the psychopath literally pulled the shark.
He did not do that! He did not! No, he did not do that, bro! Bro did not tug a war with the shark, then brought the shark to land! So he's a pro swimmer because he caught up to a shark. He gotta be a power lifter to be strong enough to bring the fight with the shark underwater. And what is he, like 6'5" to carry the shark, something like? Right. Listen, there was only 3 people in my life I could even conjure up seeing someone being able to do this, right? Like, I don't know, Michael Phelps if he started powerlifting, me and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson if Dwayne started swimming. Like, those are the only 3 people I could think of. This is ridiculous.
Back onto the beach, then pried its jaws open with his bare hands and ripped his nephew's severed arm out of its mouth. The arm was still intact. A local fisherman...
Intact? How do you rip off an arm intactly? I don't understand.
On a boat nearby noticed the commotion happening on the beach. He pulled out his rifle and took aim, and in one click, the shark's mad frenzy ended. Vance Flosenzia wrestled a bull.
Okay, that makes sense. That thing's puny. Okay. It wasn't fully grown. Okay. Being a shark. Hold up. So they shot the shark from a boat? What happened here?
Local fisherman on a boat nearby noticed the commotion happening on the beach. He pulled out his rifle and took aim, and in one click, the shark's mouth.
So he's like, oh, it's a beach full of people, but I see a shark. Let me take this shot real quick. Yeah, I used to be in the army, man. I can't miss. Right. What if he was like, oops, I accidentally hit the nephew. Like, oh, right, okay.
That frenzy ended. Vance Flosenzia wrestled a bull shark and was able to give paramedics his nephew's arm to be
He is built. Yo, shout out to Unc. Man, Uncle better have like a 10-minute speech at his nephew's like a wedding. He better be the best man. In fact, let him take his dad's spot. I don't know, man, because that's ridiculous.
Attached in surgery. I can't say I expected less from the Florida man, but honestly, he wins Uncle of the Year. The Uno reverse incident. In 2024,
Uno?
A 35-year-old railway worker in India was just trying to get some sleep after a long shift.
What is he about to get attacked by? I don't know animals in India. Since we already seen a leopard, I'm not going to assume it's a leopard. But I genuinely don't know what it's about to be.
It was the middle of the night, and he was passed out on his bed.
He's getting jumped by a leopard in this room. He is.
When he felt something crawling up his leg. He woke
Leopard
up
or
and
a
saw
monkey?
snake.
Let me guess. 12-foot anaconda or a 12-foot black mamba. No one's ever escaped this beast before. He took the snake, bit into its side, and then after ripping a chunk off, he ripped his head off. Let me guess.
But not just any snake. An extraordinarily venomous one that was assumed to be a crate or a cobra.
Yo, why do snakes have such fire colors? Because what happened at a snake evolutionary tree to make it blue and yellow? What type of evolution is that?
Some of the deadliest reptiles on the planet. He stared at the snake. It stared back. He continued staring, and so did the snake.
What, did y'all have sex? Like, what?
Then it bit him.
like you're all seducing each other?
Now, most people would have panicked, called for help, or maybe tried driving toward a nearby hospital. But this guy,
yeah, but he's Indian, so he ate that.
Something inside him snapped, and before the snake could slither away, he grabbed the animal with his bare hands, and he bit it.
What? I'm just killing it. I'm killing it right now. I'm really killing it right now, bro. I'm really killing it. Oh my goodness, I'm on a roll. I'm on a heater.
Yeah, multiple times. He chomped down twice on a reptile that is venomous enough to end the lives of 20 humans with a single bite. It tried wriggling out of his teeth, but he munched on it like it was a piece of jerky, effectively crushing it.
Yo, he got bit
Later
to
on,
death.
the man was rushed to the hospital
That's
and
wicked.
given an antivenom so that he could recover from the bite. He later on told reporters that, in some parts of India, there's a superstition that biting a snake transfers the venom back to the animal.
So you're telling me that superstition allowed him to be calm and he remembered that offer? I'm not gonna lie, they different for that.
So that it'll pass away instead of you. So, who knows? Maybe the superstition actually worked. Or
They
maybe
different
he
for
just
that.
Needed an excuse for his revenge.
Please just, what? Please just suck me? Swallow me? Shoot, okay. My mind all the way in the
69-year-old
gut.
Alaskan hunter, and on November 1st, 1999, he was out in the wilderness doing what he'd done for decades. Hunting. He knew the woods, and more importantly, he knew how to handle himself. Him and 3 other hunters set out to catch a black-tailed deer, but due to the windy weather, it was
white.
extraordinarily hard to sneak up on one.
Oh.
So they split up into groups of 2. Later on, after hunting for what felt like hours, the man
got
and his partner
nothing.
became frustrated because they still hadn't caught the deer.
They're
So he came up
starving.
with a plan. He told his partner to split up with him and said, if I let out a shot, you come to my noise. But if you let out a shot, then I'll come to your noise. His partner nodded in agreement, but the only issue is that his partner was also wearing a heavy-duty hat with thick ear flaps that muffled the sound of pretty much everything outside.
You're telling me
The man
what?
split up from his teammate, and within just a bit, he found the deer they were trying to hunt all day. He took aim, marking a successful hunt for him and his crew. He waited for his
Oh,
partner
I'm
to
not
come.
gonna lie. He must have been getting blicked like crazy. He must have been getting, YouTube must have been hurting him for this video for him to have a whole hand. And he chose a white hand too, because he's like, guys, look, the hand has privilege. Nothing's going on here.
But it didn't happen. He began hooting like an owl a few times to draw attention, but his partner still didn't show up. The man rolled his eyes in annoyance, took off his rifle, and put it beside a tree. He then decided to butcher the deer meat by himself.
Right.
And after cutting away at it for a while, the man heard a twig snap behind him. Feeling relieved that his partner
was his
finally
friend.
showed up,
Yeah.
he turned around to
But let me guess, it was a mountain lion.
greet his crew. A brown bear stands.
He is not one-on-oneing a bear! He's not! No, he's not, bro! No, he's not! There's cap in the story, bro. Absolutely not.
At about 10 feet tall, weighs about 1,000 pounds, and runs as fast as a car on a street. Unfortunately for this man, it wasn't his crew members that showed up, but instead, the bear.
Right.
The hunter froze when he saw it. The distance between the two of them was about 30 feet away, and the distance between him and his rifle was only 2 feet. But the bear let out a roar, and it charged at him so fast that it was impossible for him to even think about trying to grab that weapon. He only had one option available, his buck knife. He dropped his deer meat and quickly grabbed the blade from his pocket, and right as he pulled it out, the man-beast was already right in front of him. The hunter aimed to slash at the bear's open mouth, but he missed and accidentally sliced its face instead. Angering the bear, it
He
crushed
ate that
his arm
arm?
with its teeth, tearing his skin and exposing his bone. The hunter screamed in pain, and the full-grown bear pushed
This
him
is real.
against the
This is real.
ground,
I need to stop.
hitting him into a death grip. While it twisted away at the hunter's arm, he quickly used his free hand to try
And
to
poked
poke
his
the
eyes?
bear's eye out with his thumb. But it began thrashing him around,
Oh
causing
my
him to miss
gosh.
continuously. The man switched gears and instead took his finger and jammed it deep into
In
the
his
bear's
ear?
canal,
Ooh.
rupturing its eardrum. The beast let go of him and recoiled in confusion and annoyance. It then let out another 100 to 120 decibel roar.
It is a threshold of pain, extremely loud, equivalent to a chainsaw thunderclap. What's a thunderclap? Just like thunder? Like, since when did thunder start clapping? Rock concert or a siren?
Charged at the hunter again.
Am I tweaked? Okay, hold up. I'm confused. A chainsaw is not as loud as a thunderclap rock concert, but a siren's also not as loud as a rock concert or thunderclap. What type of sirens are we talking about? What type of chainsaws do y'all have?
120 decibel roar and charged at the hunter again. The man was still on his back, so he desperately kicked the bear square in the throat, making it stumble as he hopelessly scrambled back to his feet.
You're telling me he kicked a 1,000-pound bear in the throat and he... Right. No, keep going. I feel like if I survived a bear attack, I'm gonna be lying like hell too. You know what? I'm gonna give it to him. If I survived a bear attack, it's gonna be lies upon lies. So I'm not mad at it.
With an arm that was completely mangled and a bear that was charging at him again to finish him off for good. The man's mind raced, and his thoughts became a blurry panic. He was actually getting eaten alive by a bear, and he was running out of options for survival. Acting quickly, he fell onto his butt and stretched out his leg to use it as bait for the bear to bite onto and be distracted with.
Bait?
This would prove to be a terrible decision, because instead of just biting the lower end of his leg, it actually chomped down on his thigh, giving it complete control over his entire body.
Oh, he still has his dingle. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I was scared for him.
The bear began to shake the man around like a rag doll, thrashing his body around and bashing his skull on the floor, nearby trees and rocks, causing serious damage. The hunter couldn't see a single thing. His ears gotten blocked from the extreme trauma he was suffering, and he was losing consciousness.
How does he get back?
Nonetheless, his adrenaline gave him enough energy to
He's
power
69, by the way. Like, what 69-year-old is tanking this?
through the bear's thrashing, and to plow his buck knife countless times into the beast's thick, furry neck. The bear dropped the man and backed away as it bled from its neck with his knife stuck in it. The man stood up on one foot with—
Where's your friends at? Nobody heard this? No one heard the bear roar was like, hey, we need to group up. Hey, wait, hold up, guys. Todd is missing. Right. No one else heard the gunshot you let off? Just that one other guy. Right.
His body exposed, showing both muscle and bone, but he fell into a delirium and began screaming at the bear. Reports mentioned that he began desperately shouting something to the lines of, "God is on my side," or "The Lord is with me."
The reporters mentioned that? Who was there to hear that? Who heard that? Him? Is he said that?
The bear charged at him again, and with one good arm, he punched the bear square in the snout repeatedly, causing the disoriented animal to collapse on the ground. The hunter collapsed on the ground with the bear, then quickly scrambled to his feet to grab his rifle. Each time he stood up, he fell. But finally, he got to his weapon. At this point, his vision was blurry, his eyes were covered in blood, his hearing was muffled, and he was on the brink of passing out. He stood over the bear's body with his weapon, aimed it at the bear, and then tried to shoot it. However, nothing happened. He quickly looked at his rifle and realized the flesh hanging off of his body had jammed the gun. The bear began groaning and slowly getting up again. He tirelessly pulled the flesh out, then aimed the weapon at the bear again. He was victorious, but then he immediately collapsed to the ground. The man could barely stand. He dragged himself across the snowy forest until he reached the beach. Sticks and branches.
I mean, let me just get the story right. He went out hunting with 4 friends. None of them heard the shots. None of them heard the screams. None of them heard the bear roar. He got slung by the bear by his leg. He was slung around by the bear by his leg, right? He was still able to use that same leg to walk to a beach that's near a snowy mountain. I could be, I'm not about to go back and re-listen. That's why I thought I heard. I could be wrong. But when he was loading his gun trying to shoot the bear, his own flesh got stuck in the gun. So he had to dig that out. He's still walking all this time without passing out from blood loss. Right, okay.
Tore at his already mangled body as he crawled. Each time he was about to lose consciousness from the sheer amount of pain he was in, he'd quickly grab a chunk of ice-cold snow and shove it into his mouth to shock him back awake. When he made it to the snowy beach, he finally saw his team. Horrified with what they saw, they ran to the man's disfigured...
No, they really did meet up without him and was like, oh, y'all hear that bear noise? I feel sorry for that guy. Y'all hear that screaming? I wonder who that is.
Body to help him out. Drenched in blood, the only thing the man said before passing out is please. This is the story of Gene Moe, an Alaskan huntsman. After receiving multiple skin grafts and about 1,000 stitches, he survived and made a full recovery from this nightmare. And despite the trauma, Gene kept on hunting well into his 70s. He credited his survival...
I mean, well into his 70s is like 4 more years. Like, he's only 60... I mean, he was already 69.
And he would go on to live a full life till 2024, where he passed away peacefully at 93. The wilderness is extraordinarily dangerous.
Absolutely.
Honestly, the moral of today's story is...
keep a gun?
Don't mess with Russian grandmas. Don't mess with Florida men.
Right.
And especially don't mess with any Alaskan Christian dudes that have a bear hanging up on their wall. Now, go and have a happy day.
I'm bewildered by the fact that he tanked a bear at the age of 69. It had to be a baby bear. There's no way it was a fully grown bear. I can't. He tanked a bear at 60? Most 60-year-olds can barely walk without a limp. And he walked to the beach on 1.5 legs? All right, you know what? If it's true, that's extremely impressive. If it's not true, I would have lied about it too. Amazing video a talking had. Who's the richest person in history? The richest person I know of is Mansa Musa. If it's not Mansa Musa, then I'm gonna be very shocked.
If someone with an average salary wanted Elon Musk's net worth, they would have to work for 8 million years.
Honestly, I don't feel like anyone should retire until they reach 9 million years anyways.
That's 30 times longer than human beings have existed. And in the time it's taken me to tell you this, Elon has made another $100,000. But the craziest thing about Elon is that he's not even the richest person in history.
Yeah, he's not even top 10.
He's actually not even close. If you look back in time,
like high key, Elon broke, bro. Get your bread up.
People that make Elon look broke.
That's Mansa Musa,
probably. So let's go find the richest human to ever exist. Starting in the late 80s with a Colombian billionaire who revolutionized the energy supplement industry.
Oh, who?
Pablo Escobar.
He said the
energy supplement.
The energy supplement? I thought it was gonna be a drug lord, bro.
Industry. Pablo Escobar. He was raking in $420 million a week.
Ah! 420? Making a bill a little over 2 weeks, bro.
But his net worth after inflation only reached 80 billion. So on paper, he's not even beating Elon.
Okay, so he didn't have money for him?
Video, Pablo's wealth wasn't tied up in stocks or politics. He just had literal dollars. He was spending $1,000 a week on rubber bands just to hold them together. And
so he had 80
$2 billion a year. So Pablo wasn't the richest person in history overall.
Wait, he had 80 bill in cash?
But if we're talking actual cash, he probably was. But let's go back in time to see a very different kind of wealth.
That's actually insane.
The year is 1945. World War II just ended, and in America, millions of soldiers are coming home. They'll return to a blue-collar economy, where families can be supported on a single income. American dream is alive and well. How's everyone else doing? It's in these ruins where we'll find one of the richest men to ever live. Joseph Stalin, the communist ruler of the Soviet Union, was uninterested in money. He had practically no personal possessions outside of his pipes, books, and plain military tunic. He did live much better than his citizens, having access to things like food, but he wasn't basking in luxury. His pay stubs show him making today's equivalent of $30K a month, but according to his son, he just let the checks pile up on his desk, and he probably didn't even have a savings account. The reason Stalin is considered one of the richest men in history, despite technically having no money, is because he didn't need money. He already owned the entire state.
That's fair.
Doing anything that questioned his power, even something like telling a private joke, would get you gulagged or executed. Stalin had so much control that after he had a fatal stroke, no one called a doctor for 12 hours because everyone was too scared of Stalin waking up and punishing them for acting without official orders. So despite being broke on paper, Stalin had complete control over an...
Wait, so they watched him die and they said he was too... Wait, hold on. Let me re-listen to that.
After he had a fatal stroke, no one called a doctor for 12 hours because everyone was too scared of Stalin waking up and punishing them for acting without official...
Or did they do that because they didn't like Stalin, so they thought this was their chance? I'm not saying either one is right. I'm just saying they could have told that story, but in the back of their minds, they're like, hold up, let's not actually tell nobody because they don't like him. Hey, I'm just sharing ideas.
Orders. So despite being broke on paper, Stalin had complete control over an economy that would today be worth $10 trillion. See, in order...
Ooh, 10 T's. Wow. Must got some cashing up to do. Goodness.
In order to find the richest person in...
He's so rich that he did not care about $30,000 check. Oh my gosh.
History, we need to think bigger than just money. Every person in this video will represent a different time period and a different form of wealth, whether it be political power or cash or company equity. And in the end, only one will be determined as the richest person in history.
Gotcha.
So let's move on to our next contender. In 1909, Adolf Hitler was homeless. He had moved to Vienna to pursue his dream of becoming an artist, but things weren't really working out. He got rejected from art school and found himself selling small paintings and postcards just to get by and sleeping in hostels. Then, after fighting in the First World War and beginning
have y'all ever slept in a hostel? Every single time I've seen people talk about hostels, it sounds like a terrible experience, but they all love it. But I'm like, are y'all just gaslighting me? It's 10 of y'all sleeping in that little room that probably don't have no air conditioning. Y'all trying to gaslight me and thinking y'all having a good time? If one person has bad gas in there, the whole experience is thrown off. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't know. Oh.
He attempted to forcefully overthrow the government, which got him locked up for 9 months. Hopefully he'll use these 9 months to reflect and reform and turn himself into a better person.
He tried to forcefully overthrow the government and only got 9 months?
Wrote Mein Kampf. Upon release in 1925, the Racism Manifesto met with mediocre sales. But as Germany's situation declined, Mein Kampf's popularity grew. And when Hitler took power in 1933, the book was everywhere. It was also around this time when Hitler realized he had access to developer commands. He instructed the government to buy 6 million copies.
I want to know what's in it. I'm so curious because what was he saying? Does anyone in here have classes where they went over this book in English? Because we didn't do it. I think schools were probably scared. If Adolf at one point were able to convince all these people to do this, we cannot show this to kids because we have no clue how they're about to take this.
Of his own book and hand them out to soldiers, government officials, and newlyweds. He then avoided a $2 million bill by making himself tax exempt. His next lick was copywriting his own image.
Wait, he made himself exempt? Wait, you could just do that?
Which allowed him to collect royalties on every postage stamp sold in Nazi Germany. Then he copyrighted his speeches so he could collect money when they were printed in the news.
He's such a scammer.
These passive income streams made Hitler millions.
And calling it passive income is crazy.
Sold around 10 million copies, which actually isn't an insane amount. For reference, he was outsold 3-1 by Anne Frank, but Hitler did have one last side hustle.
So that guy is worth a lot of money. He's worth so much that he's on this list too, and he donated. Okay.
But before dictators, there was a man building a very different type of empire.
Ford?
Henry Ford.
Yes. Yep. Y'all saw that? I didn't recognize him off the face, but I did remember that Henry did support Hitler.
Revelation. If you pay them more and let them sleep, your slaves won't revolt. In 1914, Henry made the radical decision to double wages from $2.50 to $5 a day. He then cut the work week from 6 days to 5 days. After seeing the operations of meatpacking plants, Ford organized his workers in a line, an assembly line. What resulted
I'm just having, my brain can't comprehend that an assembly line wasn't made until the early 1900s. Humans have lived billions of years, and you're telling me they never thought of, okay, you work on this part and I work on this part, and then we put it together. You know what I'm saying? Or they're like, okay, I'm gonna work on this part, then send it to you so you can work on it. Like, my brain does not comprehend that we didn't do that beforehand.
Production time for the Ford Model T dropping from 12 hours to 90 minutes. Prices dropped from $850 to $290. And for 50 years, the Model T was the most sold car in history. But Ford's greatest invention wasn't the assembly line or the Model T. See, after Ford made automobiles...
Unless I'm misconstruing what the assembly line is. What if I just don't know what an assembly line is, even though it sounds self-explanatory, but... You know, sometimes you can hear something, think it's one thing, and it's something else.
Automobiles accessible to the masses, people began moving outside of cities and driving back and forth to work. And after the success of Ford's mass production methods, they were widely copied by companies and countries. The suburbs, commuting, and the modern work schedule can all be traced back to Henry Ford, which is why many credit him as the inventor of the middle class.
He invented the 9-to-5. Yo, that's crazy. He's what made. So if you ever hear people complain about having a 9-to-5, if you're ever in your 9-to-5 and you hate it, it was him.
Despite his measly $200 billion personal net worth, Ford's massive influence might make him the richest person in history. But Henry's success was only possible thanks to the men who came before him. It's the late 1800s. The telephone, telegraph, and light bulb are currently being invented. Pollution is awesome. Child labor is legal. Yes!
Yes!
Regulations don't exist. Long hours and unsafe working equipment give employees a healthy work-death balance. The stage is set for maximum capitalism. Three men would define this era, the OG being Cornelius Vanderbilt, who conquered the railroad industry and died with more money than the US Treasury. The next was Andrew Carnegie, who made a fortune with steel, then devoted the rest of his life to philanthropy. And this was during a time before charity tax advantages.
Oh, so he just loved people. He was giving back when there was no benefit to him. Nowadays, if you give back, you can be like, okay, can I take that amount off my tax? I don't want to pay as many taxes, okay? So I'm gonna give my money to this, that, and that institution, which are all actually owned by me, right? So what I did was I opened 5 charities and I gave my money to those 5 charities I own, so I can call it charitable, so it can reduce my tax, how much I have to pay in taxes. But in reality, that money's just coming right back to me because it's my charity. It was before all that, so that means he really had a love for the people.
He actually meant that shit. But the richest of the 3 was John D. Rockefeller. In 1870, John founded the Rockefellers. He quickly curb-stomped his competitors through innovation and screwing them over, and by the 1880s, he controlled 90% of America's oil.
That means he probably assassinated some of his competitors.
But his empire fell in 1911 when the U.S. Supreme Court declared Standard Oil an illegal monopoly and ordered it to be broken up into 34 new companies.
So you have Rockefeller that owns all this, that just owns all this, and then, oh my goodness, this is rich people talk right here.
This judicial punishment destroyed Rockefeller's fortune, and he ended up dying in poverty.
Really? No.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I was about to say,
He had ownership in each of the new companies, and their stock values soared, making him richer than ever before. The antitrust breakup resulted in Rockefeller becoming the world's first billionaire, and at his peak in 1913, he was worth 2% of the US GDP.
How did he become the world's first billionaire when there's definitely billionaires before? Like, billionaires due to like the dollar? Because there was people richer than him before him, so I'm just confused.
Billionaire, and at his peak in 1913, he was worth 2% of the US GDP. Estimates of his personal worth in today's dollars range from 4 to 600 billion, making him potentially the richest person ever. But before the robber barons, there was a family who bankrolled entire empires. The year is 1744. The United States doesn't exist yet. The life expectancy is 30. Cities are full of shit. There's no electricity. In a small Jewish ghetto, Mayor Amschel Rothschild.
Like, some of y'all would already be halfway through your life. I'm literally elderly. If the average life is 30, I'm an elderly man right now.
Is born. He starts in business at a young age, working his way up from being a rare coin dealer to a successful banker. Then in the early 1800s, he launches a conquest. He sends his 5 sons to the 5 key financial centers of Europe: Every son
they all
does
took
their
them
part,
over. Oh
and
my
before the
goodness.
invention of the telephone, the Rothschilds have established the first international banking network.
Okay,
They financed
but forget that. You sent 5 sons on their own in separate areas, and they didn't clash. They all fought together for a bigger cause, and they all listened, and they all were successful. That would never happen today. 5 children locked in. There's always one slacker. There's always one who's not pulling his weight. That's crazy.
wars and peacetime recovery, pay for massive projects like the Suez Canal, and give out loans that save countries' economies. But the Rothschilds have one serious problem. For centuries, Jews in Europe had been prohibited from owning land, blocked out of most industries, and at risk of property confiscation or exile. So in order to ensure their survival, the Rothschilds invested in stocks, bonds, and debts, rather than just tangible assets like gold or real estate that could have been taken or destroyed. Another method they used to ensure their wealth stayed within the family, the cousin technique. Through financial tactics and incest, the Rothschilds managed to mostly avoid persecution, but the extent of their wealth—
58 marriages contracted by the descendants of the mayor, famous banking, exactly 1/2 were between first cousins. That's what I like to hear.
Managed to mostly avoid persecution, but the extent of their wealth today is widely debated. Some estimates have claimed the Rothschilds have a current net worth of $500 trillion.
Okay, maybe I'm getting Rockefeller and Rothschilds mixed up. I think that's what I'm getting mixed up. I think I got those two mixed up. 500 trillion?
Are you serious, my brother?
We own nearly every central. 106. They own more than Earth. They somehow own more than what the Earth is worth. That is hilarious.
But the only Rothschild you'll find today on the Forbes rich list is Jeff Rothschild. He's worth $3.2 billion. He works at Facebook, and he is not related to the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds no longer have much centralized family wealth, but at their peak, their total worth would have been the largest single fortune in history.
So basically, the Rothschilds are hiding because they're so rich that they don't want to appear on the Forbes list because they have no need to appear on it. Like, they are on a separate list that are only accessed by trillionaires, pretty much. They literally live on a different form of internet. They will never see any content that we see on the daily. I don't know what they seeing. They so rich, they probably only watch like really weird things because that's the only thing that can get them feeling something. Like, I can't imagine a Rothschild playing Mario Kart. It's not happening.
Individual level, the richest ever was Nathan Rothschild. According to estimates, his peak net worth today would be around 20 billion, but his power and connections would likely have been worth a lot more. To find our next contender for the richest person in history, let's go back to Europe in the 1500s. Christopher Columbus just got back from America. The church owns everything. And Jacob Fugger is born into a wealthy German family. After inheriting the family business, Jacob starts expanding it from merchant trading to banking. And soon he's handing out massive loans to finance everything from art projects to wars and elections. In 1519, he spent the modern equivalent of hundreds of millions of dollars to get Emperor Charles V elected. But when Charles was slow to pay back his debts, Jacob sent him an angry letter reminding him of his place.
It is well known and clear as day that your Imperial Majesty could not have claimed the Roman crown without my help.
Talk to him, Jacob! Fugger!
History repeats itself. Church officials ended up getting in so much debt to Fugger that they started selling heaven passes, called indulgences. This led to a protest, which led to a religious revolution. Fugger had more influence than kings, but he was also a nice guy. He made the first ever social housing complex, and to this day, 150 people—
Wait, what is this called? Fuggery? What is this name? I don't understand what I'm reading.
First ever social housing complex, and to this day, 150 people still live in these apartments at the cost of $1 a year, as well as 3 required daily prayers for the Fugger family.
What? They literally live rent-free.
At his peak, Jacob owned 2% of Europe's GDP, which would be around 400 billion today. But the richest person in history may have been further back in time. In 1324, a man went on a pilgrimage across Africa. His name was Mansa Musa, and he was the king of the Mali Empire. Mali had a lot of salt and a lot of gold. A lot of gold. So much gold that on Musa's pilgrimage, he covered himself, his 60,000 person entourage, and his hundreds of animals with thousands of pounds of gold. And then he handed out so much of that gold that it destabilized local economies. So he borrowed the gold back, which fixed the problem until
he's so rich that when he gave out his money, he ruined the economy. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Paid all the debts back at once and everything crashed again. After Musa's multi-billion-dollar road trip, he began showing up on maps decked out in gold, cementing his reputation in history as the original flexer. But estimating his net worth is borderline impossible, since all accounts of Musa's trek come from second-hand testimony. It's believed that Musa controlled about half of the world's gold supply, and the most common number I found for his total worth was 400 billion, but many numbers went much higher. So based on the amount of valuable resources under his control,
iced out. You could catch without his chain on, dog.
Mansa Musa may be the richest person in history, but go back 100 years and there was a man with a very different kind of wealth. In the early 1200s, Genghis Khan controlled more land than any man in history. His Mongol Empire covered almost 20% of Earth's land area, making his estimated net worth today 130 trillion. But this is slightly misleading. Genghis never really had much wealth of his own, and this was actually vital to his influence. Rather than taking for himself, war loot was redistributed to soldiers and commanders to promote loyalty. Genghis wore the same clothes and ate the same food as his crew. He slept in tents and asked to be buried with no markings or signs. Genghis Khan didn't really have desire for personal wealth or possessions,
he just wanted to take everything
based on
over.
his control of land, he may have been the richest guy to ever live.
What was Genghis' motivation? What did he like? What was his motive? Did he just want to forever have his seed everywhere? That's what he wanted to do? He just wanted to spread his seed? Like, I don't understand. Gotta look more into that.
Let's go even further back in time, to the year 1 AD. The people alive right now have no idea that they're living through a turning point in history. They actually don't even know what year it is. Romans think that it's year 754. Jews think it's 3761. The Chinese think it's year 9. And for the Greeks, it's 194.
It's
Every
different for
country is
everybody.
kind of doing their own thing. America's building early cities thanks to the Mayans. India is trading through the ocean and Silk Road. China just invented paper. And in Rome, Augustus Caesar is balling. A few years prior, he defeated Mark Antony and Cleopatra in battle and snatched up Egypt as his personal property. He now controls around 20% of Rome's economic output, and that includes the tax flows, the treasury, the gold and silver mines, and revenue from conquered lands. He also has a money method where he kills rich people from his own empire just to take their stuff.
So nothing's changed.
After Caesar passes in the year 14, he officially gets declared a god with an estimated modern day net worth of $5 trillion.
So he died in the year 14. How old was he when he died? 15? Did he touch 20? Like, how old was he?
But let's go back another 900 years.
Oh, okay.
Civilization is in its early stages. Most people live short, difficult lives. Money in
Like
the
how
form
short?
of coins doesn't yet exist. King Solomon rules over the kingdom of Israel, collecting gold by the ton. His yearly tax revenue is 666 talents of gold. He basks in his riches with his 700 wives, and in today's money, he's worth over
He probably never even slept with all of them. 700. That's next level greed. He didn't even sleep with all of them. They did this girl dirty. Look at her. She got a humongous forehead, dog. This man had a type. Is this him? I thought this was a lady with a beard. Who is this? Or is this just someone else part of the... I'm so confused.
in his riches.
They look masculine. They're kind of sitting feminine. But then, you know, back in the day, you know, heels were originally meant for men in the first place. So we don't know what they viewed as feminine. I think heels were meant for... I gotta look that up. Or heels made for men. High heels were originally worn by men in the 1500s. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this could have been masculine back in the day. We never know.
With his 700 wives, and in today's money, he's worth over $2 trillion. But this is all according to accounts in the Bible.
How many diseases across those 700 wives do you think is spread?
Written hundreds of years after he would have lived. When we're this far back in time, details get murky. Written accounts are sparse and incredibly biased. The richest man from ancient times will never really know. So, who is the richest person in history? Looking at this graph, it seems like there's a lot of people who make Elon look broke. But these numbers don't tell the whole story. Hear me out. In 1913, John D. Rockefeller was worth 2% of US GDP. Today, Elon Musk is worth 1.4% of US GDP. So Rockefeller had a larger share of the economy, making his inflation-adjusted net worth higher than Elon's. But
okay, so we're going off of the
The US economy today is 22 times larger than it was in 1913. Rockefeller had a bigger slice of a much smaller pie. Estimated numbers don't tell the story of how the entire world has become more and more prosperous over time. Elon is now the biggest fish in the biggest pond that has ever existed. On
that we know of.
Top of this, his wealth is a personal fortune. It's well documented and verifiable, unlike ancient figures like King Solomon. It wouldn't disappear if he lost his positions of power, unlike dictators and heads of state. He can access it for whatever he wants.
So is this whole video just saying that Elon's the richest man?
That ancient figures would think is witchcraft. Elon is the richest person in history with his 400 billion.
Man, Mansa Musa knock his top off. I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't understand that. If there's the most pie now and he doesn't have a big slice of the most pie, how is he the richest? I don't get how that works. Like, you said that the other guy had more money for the amount of money available. That makes him richer, right? Like, am I tweaking?
Hey, eventually someone will get even richer.
That don't make sense to me.
Everyone else will get richer too.
Then that doesn't make them richer. If everyone else grows at the same amount, no one's getting richer. The baseline the floor is rising. It's not what, no. I call cap. That dude in the early 1900s, Rockefeller, I think he richer than Elon. I mean, you kind of said he was richer than Elon. You kind of already said it, so. Who just glitched on his face? This is what he said. Right now is the richest time in history, right? And Elon has a small percentage of the richest time in history. If we go based off the percentage of money available, the people in the past were richer because there was less money totally available. So if they had a huge chunk of the less amount of money, that means that everyone else, they're richer. He said it. Who said? And Genghis Khan owned like half of Asia. Like, I don't think you can get much richer than that. Like, just in general, like, yo, like half of Asia. Let's be for real. Is this Jack? That could have been Jack. I don't know. Anyways, beautiful video. Jack Pockets.